Good morning. Sunday morning. Welcome back. I was almost going to do this late night, but decided let me just start today with a bunch of video clips that I've saved and continues to go on today with Maduro. What a big day and crazy day it was yesterday, right? Insane. Protests, Maduro. I ended the live stream last night because I thought that was it, but apparently he had like another trip on a helicopter somewhere else. This dude was kind of trolling Maduro. I don't know if you saw, but Maduro had said they were walking him in somewhere, and he's like, "Happy New Year, Happy New Year." He was like, "Happy New Year." I was like, "What the hell?" Like smiling, like thumbs up and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh shit." Apparently, China's like, was it China? China's like return him back. The thing with Maduro though, they left the vice president, and she's in charge. The Supreme Court put her in charge, and she has the same beliefs as Maduro. So what are they gonna do? Are they're gonna go kidnap this chick? Right? Like, what are they gonna do? Let me show you the perp walk real quick before we get into all the craziness. Hold on a second. Let's see. Look at this guy. A little bit doing the head nod. I always find the head nod weird too. You know, I like to say good morning or something, but some of these people, you walk by them and it's just like this head nod shit. It's like some type of social acceptance that we're not going to say good morning or hi. We're just going to do this like I'm in high school, like the ghetto shit, like the gang shit. Right? This is this head nod shit.
Good night. Good night. Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah. Have a good New Year. Happy New Year.
Good night. Happy New Year.
That was Maduro. I want to show this other thing. Let me show this first before we get into all the clips. This is in Doral, Florida. It happened last night. We were talking about Maduro while we get warmed up and give a chance for people to come in. Hopefully get notifications.
Just cut up with Maduro, and a new chapter has begun. Oh, yes. For the Venezuelan people, a new chapter has begun for the hemisphere, is a new chapter for the whole hemisphere. And I was saying to my two colleagues that Maduro is a very blessed and lucky guy, that he did not fall in the hands of the Cubans who were supposed to be protecting him, because he would be dead right now.
And by the way, I saw a video from Cuba. Did you guys see that? The Cuban president talking shit? He looked all disheveled, like he's about to croak at any moment.
He fell in the hands of the Americans. He's going to be able to have a good life in jail for the next 40 years for what he did, but he is alive and he is in the hands of our troops. So he is a blessed guy. In our 240 years history, it proves that we are not an occupying power, like some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle are saying. We're not an occupying power. We are a liberating power, and we restore power, and then we give it back to those who are in that country. We are.
This is apparently, it says U.S. lawmakers call Maduro historic after strikes. I don't know who these people are, but they did a whole press conference in Doral, Florida. I wonder if it's like a heavy Venezuelan place.
A very benevolent country. And today, as Mario was saying, January the 3rd joins history's calendar, because a day like today, in 1990 in Panama, Manuel Antonio Noriega was removed and a legitimate president was restored shortly thereafter. We let free people govern themselves. We're not in the business of creating colonies, and that's exactly what's going to happen in Venezuela for anyone who is afraid of the future. In 1983, Ronald Reagan removed a Marxist regime in Grenada, the island of Grenada, and that island has been prosperous and free ever since. We know that the same history is going to happen in Venezuela. The president said it this morning very clearly. He wants Venezuela to be free, prosperous, and secure. They have the largest reserves of oil in the world, so they're going to be able to pay for their own reconstruction. They're not going to be asking or begging any other country, including ours, to lend them money. They have enough resources to do that. So that also means that no more Russia, no more China, no more Hezbollah, no more Iran, no more Hamas on Venezuelan soil trying to harm our children or launch a terrorist attack against our country. In July of 24, Venezuela had elections and Edmundo Gonzalez won, and as the vice president was Maria Corina Machado. We are going to allow for the Venezuelans to decide once again who do they want.
And I feel like Marina should have control or power or just do a whole vote again. What I didn't understand is that it seems like Trump is not backing Maria Corina Machado, but they're backing the vice president of Venezuela right now, that she's like denounced, like, we're not going to let these colonials take over. We're not going to fall in line. Trump and these people are backing her up, and she's like, fuck you. But the person that's been there, that took home the Nobel Peace Prize, Trump, for some reason, maybe there's something I don't know or we don't know, is not backing her as far as I could see. And that comes up later in this. They have a Q&A in this thing, and this guy snaps at some point. But I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
To be governed by. We're not going to be choosing Venezuela's next president. We don't do that. We're not in the business of installing regimes. We're in the business of helping the country make their own decisions. I, just like Mario and Carlos, we represent the largest Venezuelan diaspora in the United States, in particular in the city of Miami. And today, we've encountered them on the streets crying for joy and for hope and for what the future brings. And the message has been very clear. President Trump kept his word. President Trump had the internal fortitude, had the political pants to do what no other president, Republican and Democrat, for the last 25 years that you have been serving in Congress and I have been a member of the news media, no one had that resolution of liberating the hemisphere from thugs like this Maduro, who only harmed his people and our people through drugs, through terrorist attacks, through gang members, specifically Tren de Aragua. That's the kind of leader that we need in the Western Hemisphere. Someone like President Trump, who it will not allow for rats, for scoundrels like this guy, to be in the presidential palace anymore and poison our generation and their generation. So Venezuela is at the door of a new dawn, a new good partner for the United States. And once again, we always give the country back much better than we encountered it. So thank you to all of you. Once again, we are extremely happy. I think I should say some words in Spanish. We're going to take, I think, questions after. But quiero decir solamente de que este es un país bueno, un día que va, ayudamos a los unidos. Decente, esto para mí personal. Que Dios lo bendiga.
On the Homeland Security Committee and also on the Armed Services Committee, and also on the China Select Committee. And so very familiar with the threat that exists today in 2 countries in this hemisphere, but not 3. And so my dear friend, my dear colleague, our Congressman Carlos Jimenez.
Thank you. And I don't know how I'm going to follow up on what my two colleagues have already said, especially Maria. Please do not let me follow. And then one more thing, you know, it's right there. You can tell that really. No, esto no es una broma. No queremos presidente más que debe tener a mí transparente en Venezuela.
40 ladrones organizar
Cabello y los demás.
20 hace el 20.
I want to see where this guy snapped. Let me see. I think I might be able to have a clip here. There was a clip, I'm gonna save it, where he snaps. Oh, is this it right here?
To solve
We have no options there.
Let's see if I can find it later. Then there's one clip that I saw yesterday. This dude like went ham when asked about the Maria. Maria, Maria. You remind me of a West Side Story. Leftists removed Maduro por Venezuela. Be Venezuelans around the world.
Una fiesta. Bueno, a ver, cuénteme qué es lo que
Party.
están viviendo, cómo están ahora.
Cayó la dictadura en Venezuela.
Y es motivo de festejo, me imagino.
Sí, es un motivo de
I've seen a lot of mixed reactions.
festejo esto.
¿Tenés familiares allá en Venezuela?
Tengo casi toda mi familia en Venezuela.
¿Y cómo están? ¿Sabés algo de ellos?
Están todos bien, gracias a Dios.
Perfecto, entonces es motivo de celebración esto.
Sí, porque cayó la dictadura en Venezuela, cayó el criminal más grande de Venezuela.
Venezuela fell, the biggest criminal.
Gracias, bueno.
Fell.
Fíjate, Tucu, lo que es esto, ¿no? O sea, en parte se festeja, en parte hay mucha expectativa por lo que pueda llegar a pasar. A ver, acá tenemos a otro venezolano con... Bueno, maestro, ¿cómo le va? Me imagino, ¿es motivo de celebración esto que está pasando?
Por supuesto, que caiga el narcodictador de Nicolás Maduro es un progreso grandísimo
Dictator to
a
fall.
nuestra libertad.
It was celebrated.
26 años de dictadura.
Justo te iba a preguntar eso. Esta intervención de Estados Unidos, esta detención a Nicolás Maduro, ¿les da a ustedes o les abre la puerta de la esperanza para poder volver?
The people over there celebrating, having the time of their lives.
People talk about invasion.
This is Maria.
Some people talk about invasion in Venezuela, the threat of an invasion in Venezuela, and I answered, Venezuela has been already invaded. We have the Russian agents, we have the Iranian agents, we have
China.
terrorist groups such as Hezbollah, Hamas,
Hezbollah.
operating freely in accordance with the regime. We have the Colombian guerrilla, the drug cartels that have taken over 60% of our populations, and not only involved in drug trafficking, but in human trafficking, in networks of prostitution. So this has turned Venezuela into the criminal hub of the Americas. And what sustained the regime is a very powerful and funded, strongly funded repression system. Where does that funds come from? Well, from drug trafficking, from the black market of oil, from arms trafficking, for human trafficking. We need to cut those flows. And once it happens and repression is weakened, it's over, because that's the only thing the regime has left, violence and terror. So we ask the international community to cut those sources, because the other regimes that support Maduro and the criminal structure are very active and had turned Venezuela into the safe haven for their operations into the rest of Latin America.
Confronted some Venezuelan exiles on the streets of NYC cheering for the death of their own people. There's a few people cheering.
You all should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh my
your
God.
Own people are going to be the next Iraqi refugees. Millions of your own
Damn, the white liberals.
people are going to die, and you're cheering for the death of your own people. You're cheering for the death of Americans like me are going to die. And they're cheering for the death of their own people. Shame on you. You're traitors to your country.
Oh,
You're traitors to your country. You're traitors. And murderers, traitors to their country, celebrating the death of their own people. Millions of people are going to die. Venezuelans are going to die. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. War, you're cheering for the death of Americans. Americans like me are going to die on the streets of Venezuela. Shame on you.
Americans like me are going to die in the streets of Venezuela. Have you ever been there? What do you think?
Shame on you! Shame on you! War, you're cheering for the death of Americans. Americans like me are going to die on the streets of Venezuela. Shame on you! I don't want Americans like me to die so the bankers can get rich. Shame on you!
Oh, snapping. Apparently Maria was back in January 2024 when Maduro was in control. The Supreme Court officially blocked the country's most popular opposition, Maria, from running in the upcoming presidential election. The court claims she was banned for 15 years because she supposedly supported U.S. sanctions. So they blocked her. This was just fucking funny. Oh my God. Maduro on January 3rd at 3 a.m.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
Maduro sleeping in his bed.
Years old, and I came in this country when I was 10 years old, and ever since I was born, every single person in power of the country has abused us and abused of their power. We have been living in a dictatorship for about 20 years. So I can tell you, this feels like a breath of fresh air.
I see a majority of people are happy. Venezuelans. There's a few that you see are supposedly upset, I guess.
Did you feel this was the only way to get him out?
100%. 100%, yes. He will not leave. He's not the real president of Venezuela. No, it's not an act of war. It's an act of freedom.
I came in this.
Americans are extremely grateful, and Venezuelans are grateful for the leadership of President Trump. He took action to keep them safe. We have been building a case against Maduro for years. Homeland Security investigations, along with the FBI and the CIA, have been tracking his drug trafficking, his crimes against humanity right here in the United States. And to see him brought to justice is incredibly satisfying for those families that have to live without their loved ones today because of the crimes that he's committed for decades. Americans are.
No, the truth from a Venezuelan.
In Venezuela like you're 5 years old. Imagine this country, Venezuela. It used to be a place where people go to school, could buy food and feel safe. Then one day, the boss of the country, called Nicolás Maduro, decided that he wanted all power to himself. He made the rules only good for himself and his friends. If people said, this is not fair, we are hungry, we want better life, he wouldn't listen. If they protested, he would kill them. Many people disappeared, many were killed or hurt just for disagreeing with him. Because of this, many families don't have food. Parents cannot buy medicine for their sick kids. People wait in a really long lines just to get bread. And millions had to leave Venezuela to go to other countries.
Well, and he's not mentioning Hugo Chavez that basically picked out Maduro.
Just to survive. Countries suffered the biggest inflation in the history of humanity, meaning your monthly salary, what you work the entire month for, was enough to buy 2 items at a grocery store. Then today, another awful man who wants all power to himself decides to take him down. But at least in this country, we can be talking shit about him and be okay and not be killed for it.
Oh, see, there's even people that don't like Trump that are still like, thank God. Some people, you know.
Country who wants all what you work the entire month for was enough to buy 2 items at a grocery store. Then today, another awful man who wants all power to himself decides to take him down. But at least in this country, we can be talking shit about him and be okay and not be killed for it. People of Venezuela are happy because after 3 decades of living in absolute hell, there is finally hope.
I'm Venezuelan, and let me tell you something. This is the happiest day of my life.
And now liberal Americans who don't know any Venezuelan, who have no idea what the Venezuela went through, are writing on Facebook and Instagram and Threads all of these messages saying, we stand with Venezuelan leader, this is heavily illegal, this is awful. Like, I'm not to go now into the ways of how legal this has been. What I want to say is that it needed to be done, and I'm so happy that it happened. I'm so happy for people of
Tell them, sis. Tell them.
For 30 long years, no one was coming to their rescue. So if we waited to do it illegal ways, this would probably never happen. The people of Venezuela would continue suffering for decades more to come. And it's not going to change overnight. There's some rough road ahead. But today there is hope.
Yeah, well, again, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I don't know, because the vice president is like taking over the Supreme Court, put her in charge. So I don't know how they're going to handle that. And people are going out en masse to the grocery stores, buying supplies, and there's going to have to be some type of assistance, I guess. You know, like you can't just remove this guy and like, okay, food, you know, how living, like how's that all going to work out?
States military into Venezuela last night to kidnap Maduro and his wife to somewhere. We don't know where they are. We don't know if they're alive. And now Trump has announced that the U.S. is going to temporarily take over control and operations of Venezuela.
White liberals in America are complaining about Nicolás Maduro, while Venezolanos in Venezuela are out celebrating that their dictator is gone. If this doesn't tell you how evil and disturbed white liberals in America are, I don't know what will. They're willing to allow an entire country to be exploited as long as it fits their political agenda and goes against Trump. Think about that. Nicolás Maduro publicly rigged elections, killed his own people, had actual re-education camps, made anybody who opposed him disappear. And this is who they're defending now. Believe me, I was worried when Trump said that the United States would oversee the transition of power in Venezuela. But here's a reality that no one wants to admit. Maduro didn't just destroy Venezuela. He destroyed the entire system of checks and balances. He replaced the courts, institutions, everything with loyalists. This isn't one bad leader. This is a government gutted from within. Because of this, if we don't step in, the people who committed the corruption will be the exact same ones choosing who investigates it. The power is not going to return to the people. It'll just rotate to another loyalist from the same corrupt machine. But when these people say stay out, they're not saying stay out because it benefits Venezuelans or they care about what happens to them, because clearly Maduro was the worst thing that could have happened to him. Maduro was getting rich while starving his own people. A credible transition isn't about America controlling Venezuela. It's about preventing a total collapse. It's about less violence, fewer mass migrations, and giving Venezolanos a chance to stay in the country they love instead of being forced to flee from it. Scrutinize everything. Go ahead.
I mean, there definitely has to be some assistance because look at the vice president. Maduro's people, some of them are still wanting to take over. You know, I like the Maria woman, the Maria person that they banned from being president, that got the Nobel Peace Prize and stood up for Trump. I mean, I don't know if the people over there respect her or not. She's been in hiding, apparently. She came out last night. I think she was in Norway, and she like said hi or something. I haven't watched the video. I have it somewhere saved. Oh, this guy was like going off. Check this
Let
out.
me be crystal fucking clear. If you are a United States soldier and you participated in the attack on the sovereign country of Venezuela, helping to kidnap the president of that country and his wife, you are a war criminal. Yeah, you're a war criminal. I was following orders. Do not apply. That is not in your oath. Your oath is to the Constitution, and only Congress can declare war, and that did not happen. You personally are a war criminal right now. You should surrender yourself to the authorities right now, because we're going to come after you, because you are a war criminal. Hopefully the rest of you United States soldiers can wake the fuck up.
He said we're going to come after you, the U.S. soldiers. The Delta team or whatever. Damn, dude. This is the vice president. She's demanding the immediate release of Maduro, which, by the way, I think on Monday, I think is his first court appearance.
Exigimos la inmediata liberación del presidente Nicolás Maduro y de su esposa Cilia Flores. Único presidente de Venezuela, el presidente Nicolás Maduro. Aquí está el alto mando,
He is the high command. He's the most important.
Del Estado venezolano, el alto mando militar, el alto mando del Estado, el alto mando del Consejo de Vicepresidentes. Están conjugados todos los factores políticos del poder nacional.
The thing with her, because Trump said they had spoken to her and she agreed to cooperate. I don't know if this chick really has a choice, though. I don't know if there's a bunch of people behind her. Maybe she said something to Trump or his team. But on the front of it, on TV, she has to say something else because they'll probably kill her ass and take her out of there. The Supreme Court put her in power. So I don't know how this is going to turn out because it seems like they're still trying to hope for the best with her. I don't know. Oh God, Hassan Abi, the dog choking, abusing guy that abuses his dog with a shock collar. That's what's so funny about these people. The Humane Society CEO, the people of love and care and democracy and freedom. Well, you know, all the allegations that came out of him shocking his dog because that dog has to stay in place for 10 hours in the corner of the screen there because the dog is just a prop. That's all that dog is. It's a human, not a human, but an animal prop that makes him look more relatable to human beings as if he has compassion and he's you know, what do they call those people? Those empathy people, the super empaths or whatever. And so this guy has some thoughts. The dog shocking
Democrats,
guy.
If they were in charge right now, would be doing 100% the exact same thing, 1-to-1. Make no fucking mistake. Anyone who tries to tell you that Kamala Harris would be different is a fucking delusional moron. Do not listen to that.
There is no way Kamala would do anything like this. Venezuela, Chinese CCP paid and organized pro-Maduro protests. Oh, one of the guys yesterday approached one of these people in New York that's like a huge organizer for protests. And what happened to the No King's Day protesters? I thought they'd be cheering. A king was removed in Venezuela, an illegitimate king. New York City, Chicago, Orlando, Florida, Boston, Massachusetts, Portland. Portland was out there protesting last night. And by the way, the wife, Maduro's wife, is not just some wife. I started looking into that a little bit yesterday. I'm going to have to see if I can pull up the information on the stream, but she's very influential and involved. She's just not somebody in the background being his wife. That's a lot of people. Last minute. This was Orlando. Mostly white people too. Funny. No! Stop it!
No more war for empire! Hey, Trump, you're a liar! Hey, Trump, you're a liar! No more war for empire! No more war for empire! Hey, Trump!
Meanwhile, here they're in Venezuela. Oh, yeah. We're going to see that. Last night, they had like this in Miami. They had like this bus thing, people on the streets. Spain, Madrid, Times Square. I don't know how they could put New York in this bitch. But there was some people in New York that were just, they were happy with what happened. But, and to be fair, in Argentina, I think there was a protest against what happened. So it's like mixed. It really is kind of mixed. Here, this guy, Adam, says, here's the real video from Venezuela. Venezuelans are furious.
¿Dónde está el pronunciamiento de la supuesta premio Nobel que habla de la paz al ver que su país, que Venezuela, ha sido atacada por el imperialismo norteamericano?
So, Venezuela was attacked by the imperialist America. Nobel Peace Prize winner who talks about peace.
Que habla de la paz al ver que
when her country, Venezuela, has been attacked. It wasn't her country. It was stolen. The election was stolen.
Su país, que Venezuela ha sido atacada por el imperialismo norteamericano. ¿Dónde estás?
Where are you? She had to run and hide.
Países que no se han pronunciado.
Where are the countries that haven't spoken out?
Ante esta situación y esta circunstancia, nosotros como pueblo, como hombres y mujeres trabajadores, exigimos primero respeto y segundo,
We demand first respect, and second, we are out in the
estamos en la
streets
calle, primero porque creemos en la democracia.
because we believe in democracy. What the irony?
Primero porque creemos en la democracia, así como nosotros salimos a votar al pasado
Just like we went out and voted this past July 28th for President Nicolás
28 de
Maduro.
julio por el presidente Nicolás Maduro, y así como todos los sectores del país reconocieron la victoria.
And what? And just like sectors of the country recognize his victory, a lot of people, even on the opposition, even Democrats, they say that it wasn't a legitimate election. I have a clip too because there was something about, I never looked into it too, Venezuela and the voting system and here in America and all that stuff too. I have some type of clip for that later. Venezuela. Who takes over now? Who takes control? Marching. This was 2 hours ago. Fox posted this. I was trying to find and see if they're protesting today. I guess they are. Venezuela. Let's see. Protests outside of U.S. Embassy. Crux, is this a real live or old live? Oh, they're offline. Island Thrifts, thank you for the 10. They shut off the power and ended the election when she was winning. Interesting. I didn't know that. I heard it was a blowout, the election. It was a complete blowout. Oh, look, here's Texas. Texas, I think, just went live with, they're saying they're protesting. Oh, no, this thing has been live for 16 hours. All right, we'll check on that later. Let's see. Oh, here's the power thing, just in time. This is interesting. Supposedly when the power was cut off.
Were you listening when Donald Trump said this?
Maduro in the dead of night. It was dark. The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have.
It sounds like what he's saying is the United States has the capability of turning off the lights for 1.9 million people in a large Latin American country like that. And of course, I wouldn't believe it if there wasn't a video.
Y después van hacia arriba, ¿sí? Si es por parte de su madre o parte...
Look at that.
Boludo, se cortó la luz.
What this tells me is Nicolás Maduro was literally in the dark in his fortress. He probably couldn't find his way to the safe room without lights. It's also why he probably wasn't able to close it. He was feeling around, probably looking for the lever to pull it closed. Couldn't find it.
Yeah, Maduro, they said he had like a safe room, like this, I don't know, steel or something, some type of big enclosement for emergencies. He never even made it to that. I don't know I wonder if it was the power, because the power was cut. Shapiro?
Now, this raises the question of legal basis. Now, I understand. There are a lot of people. There's sort of two questions when it comes to legal basis.
Yo, I was thinking of EMP yesterday. EMP.
One is the international legal basis and one is the American domestic legal basis. Let me say up front, I do not care one iota about the supposed international basis for this sort of activity. I do not. There is no such thing as international law. It is specious. It is a lie. It is stupid. Because there is no enforcement mechanism for international law. Who defines international law in the first place? The United Nations, the most isolated of geopolitics, a wretched hive of scum and villainy. The same United Nations is going to condemn the United States for ousting a brutal communist dictator after leaving him in place for a generation. That international law. Now this.
That's true, I guess, kind of, yeah. I think I was wondering maybe some type of cyber attack. Maybe some type of cyber attack, the way they took out the power. Cilia Flores, the wife, is not just this innocent little wife. Some of the things and information, they say she's a lawyer who started her career defending Hugo Chavez, which is apparently Maduro's mentor, after his failed coup in 1992, which launched her into the inner circle. She held major official roles: president of Venezuela's National Assembly, the first woman in that job, attorney general, and later deputy in the assembly. After marrying Maduro in 2013, when he became president, she became the first lady, but rejected that title, calling herself the first combatant. Damn, the first combatant, to emphasize her active political role. Behind the scenes, she was seen as Maduro's closest advisor and key power broker, influencing judicial appointees, party decisions, loyalty networks, and helping keep the regime in control. Many analysts called it a dual presidency, where she pulled the strings on big issues, especially in the courts and legislature. She faced heavy criticism and sanctions from the US, Canada, etc., for alleged corruption, nepotism, placing family in jobs. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And links to drug trafficking, the most famous, unless they're not qualified, the most famous scandal in 2015. Narco sobrinos. Her two nephews, raised like sons, were convicted in the U.S. for trying to smuggle cocaine. Recent U.S. indictments unsealed after Maduro's capture also charge her directly with involvement in narcoterrorism. There's one charge she didn't get, though. I thought it was narcoterrorism. I've been waiting to see what Rosie O'Donnell has to say. I don't think she's commented on this yet, the Venezuela thing.
What if Vance gets in next? Will you stay there? No. Because J.D. Vance does not have the charisma, or whatever you want to call what Donald Trump has, to have people follow him. He's no leader. He's no one that everyone's going to get behind and ignore the criminality of. There's no way. There's no one. I think that when he goes, MAGA goes with it, you know. I don't think J.D. Vance is anything to worry about. You know, he's a...
Apparently she did a TikTok live. Watching Rosie O'Donnell's TikTok live. I want to see. She have a TikTok live?
You know, he's a mediocre.
She must have lost her mind.
So Trump removes an actual dictator from power, and all the people who whine that Trump is a dictator are whining that Trump has removed this actual dictator. Maduro's presidency was illegitimate. He lost the 2024 presidential election and yet remained in power. It's not just the State Department that believes this. Basically, every major institution that oversees
what happens when a
will agree with that statement. Even CNN is reporting that it took U.S. military intervention to finally break Maduro's grip on power. Maduro's rule saw Venezuela lose millions of inhabitants and 72% of its economy. And Maduro managed opposition to his rule through various human rights violations like sexual violence, torture, and extrajudicial executions. So it's weird to me when people have a knee-jerk reaction to oppose this. My knee-jerk reaction is to support it. Now, I wasn't in the war room. I don't know all the information that went into this, and neither do any of the influencers on here. But when you're knee-jerk reacting to defend someone who is clearly a dictator, you might need to reflect on your own personal biases.
Rosie.
Well, I don't think I could be more disappointed in the president than I am today. I went to bed last night and all calm and peaceful, and then I woke up this morning and I missed the whole fucking war. He couldn't have done it during the day where we could have at least appreciated it. We started a war and ended a war in like 2 hours. Congress couldn't even have got to the House in that period of time to vote on it, so I don't know. I feel like I really missed something. I hope they have it all on video and watch it on pay-per-view or something.
Pay-per-view. Ian Carroll. He's still going on about Bridget Macron, penis, and Epstein, or well, nothing wrong with Epstein, but Charlie Kirk.
And then there was like the World Economic Forum. The Illuminati is always kind of there. The aliens, the lizard people, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, you know, the Bilderberg Group.
Are you retarded?
Epstein's employers, they weren't just the government of Israel. At the like 9/11 layer, like the, you know, like the cold case files layer, or are you at the Illuminati layer, or are you at the like portals to other dimensions layer? There is a spiritual component going on, but who knows? Pizzagate was a big part of it. Epstein was a big part of it. 9/11 was a big part of it when you really think hard. The Brigitte Macron story might be the clearest window into it.
The fact that she speculated that she's a man?
With the Brigitte Macron story, with the Candace Owens story, the Charlie Kirk story, kind of this trifecta that has all these little subtle spider webs out into these other networks and these other stories. It's kind of cracking open this gateway into the shadow government behind everything.
Okay. I guess you were wondering what they were talking about.
If you're American and you're unsure what is happening in Venezuela, I got you. I'm going to try my best to keep this short, but informative and wrap it all up on what is happening in Venezuela. So this guy is Nicolás Maduro. This is the man who the United States captured last night, was the dictator of Venezuela. He became dictator after this socialist dictator died of cancer in 2003. This is Hugo Chavez. And Hugo handpicked Nicolás Maduro as his successor. Venezuela is a democratic socialist country. And yes, that's another topic, because it economically functions as a socialist country while maintaining democracy. So there's elections in Venezuela. This guy wins every single time. Despite Venezuela experiencing one of the worst economic crises in the entire world back in early 2010s. Last year, there was an election. And this man, Edmundo Gonzalez, along with this woman who won the Nobel Peace Prize this year, Maria Corina Machado, they won the election by 70%. But this guy denied the election results without providing any of his results or proof or anything. He just declared himself the winner, and that was that. You have all of that happening. But let me get into the context of all of this. Like I said, Nicolás Maduro was the president during the Venezuelan economic crisis, which was the worst economic crisis in the world. And because of that, 8 million people left Venezuela. 8 million, the largest human migration in the entire world, thanks to this man. Those migrants went all over South America and then eventually up into the United States. Venezuela wouldn't be in the position it was today if it wasn't for especially the Cubans. But he also aligned himself with the Russians, Iranians, Hezbollah, and the Chinese. And all of these actors now control major petroleum inside Venezuela. And if you didn't know, Venezuela has a lot of oil. People will say, oh, Donald Trump just did this because of oil. And while that might be true, other countries have already done the same in Venezuela. Of course, there's always a reason to be cautioned about this because America doesn't have the best record when it comes to regime change. But arguably, most Venezuelans are out on the street rejoicing at this news. They are incredibly happy. There's cheers already coming out of Venezuela. The diaspora of Venezuelans, people who have left Venezuela, are on the internet and crying, celebrating. This is their day. All we can hope for is a Venezuela now going back to the people. And hopefully he will become the next president because he was elected legitimately by the Venezuelan people less than a year ago.
Man. There's a new video that just came out, I think, from Marco Rubio. Let's take a look at that real quick, and then we'll continue.
A couple things. First of all, Maria Corina Machado is fantastic, and she's someone I've known for a very long time. And
I like her.
That whole movement is. But we are dealing with the immediate reality. The immediate reality is that, unfortunately, and sadly, but unfortunately, the vast majority of the opposition is no longer present inside of Venezuela. We have short-term things that have to be addressed.
So he's saying the mass majority of the opposition, Maduro's opposition, is no longer in Venezuela. She came out in something last night, and I think she's in Norway. They all had to run because I guess they would be killed.
No longer present inside of Venezuela. We have short-term things that have to be addressed right away. We all wish to see a bright future for Venezuela, a transition to democracy. All of these things are great, and we all want to see that. I've worked on that for 15 years on a personal level, both in the Senate and now as National Security Advisor and Secretary of State. These are things I still care about, we still care about. But what we're talking about is what happens over the next 2-3 weeks, 2-3 months, and how that ties to the national interest of the United States. And so we expect to see more compliance and cooperation than we were previously receiving. With Nicolás Maduro, you could not make a deal or an arrangement. Although he, by the way, was given very generous offers. He could have left Venezuela as recently as, a week and a half ago. There were opportunities available for him to avoid all of this because now he's not someone we can work with. He suckered the Biden administration into stupid deals. He's made a career out of not keeping deals and figuring out how to save himself by buying time. And President Trump was not going to fall into that trap. So now there are other people in charge of the military and police apparatus there. They're going to have to decide now what direction they want to go. And we hope they will choose a different direction than the one Nicolás Maduro picked. Ultimately, we hope this leads to a holistic transition all the way around in Venezuela, societal, political, all of that. We're in favor of all of that. But right now, we have to take the first steps. And the first steps are securing what's in the national interest of the United States and also beneficial to the people of Venezuela. And those are the things that we're focused on right now. No more drug trafficking, no more Iran Hezbollah presence there, and no more using the oil industry.
Damn, so they're saying that a whole Hezbollah sector there? Allah, Allah! Running around in Venezuela. Slipped my mind for a second. XQC apparently has some commentary too. XQC, a big streamer. Let's see, hold on. He was calling out some people. Let's see what XQC had to say. XQC. Oh, I gotta fix this a little bit.
Yo, so much outrage on social media, and the guy was not even killed. Like, let's give it up. Everybody's molding like this is like some fucking ultra mega. Oh my god, no, don't capture this guy, or whatever. And these same people, none of them said anything when people were assassinated in broad daylight. Like, I'm just gonna tell you, if you want to convince the people that you don't like shit like this, you have to make it a pattern. Yo, say what you want. I don't give a...
He does this a lot. He talks really fast and mumbles, and I don't think English is his first language. It's kind of funny though because he's unfiltered. But
don't like shit like this, you have to make it a pattern. Yo, say what you want. I don't give a fuck.
What did he say?
That's my take. That's like I've always.
Damn, motherfucker, you got to be on some crazy like Addy speed or something. I don't know if they sped that up or that's how he talks. I remember listening to him before and he just... None of
them said anything when people were assassinated in broad daylight. Like, I'm just gonna tell you, if you want to convince the people that you don't like shit like this, you have to make it a pattern. Yo, say what you want. I don't give a fuck. That's my take. That's like I've always said this. Yo, you need to take a stance and actually lock in. Otherwise, you're muted. You're useless. I don't know. Yeah, that would be a Glazer, but like who else could you do it to, right? Like this is like a bunch of other countries, right? Like when they have like a dictator or whatever, and some guy gets removed, another guy takes his place, another placeholder comes in, and nothing works. If who else could assure a fair transfer of power? Who else? You guys want to say, oh, dude, a fucking developed countries owe it to do better for other people? I mean, that's kind of part of it, no? I mean, what else though?
So I guess I missed the part, or maybe I didn't hear it or whatever. But the caption of the thing was XQC calls out leftists who are mad about America kidnapping Maduro, but celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk, True, and the United Healthcare CEO, Brian True. They're all over the place. And I don't know why. I'm going to just jump off real quick on a different thing real quick for a second. But there's this other streamer. His name is Asmon Gold. And this guy, he's rich. The guy's rich. Asmon Gold. But he lives in filth. I don't know why he doesn't just hire somebody to clean his place up. Bro, a roach crawls on him during the live stream and he has no reaction. He's just like, watch.
There's a roach flying at me. Give me a minute.
Where are you flying at him?
Oh, shit.
Shit.
He's on my belly. Look at him.
I guess he reacted a little bit.
There. Oh, God. Get him out of me.
What are you doing, bro?
He just casually grabs him.
Go in the garbage can. I'm gonna take him downstairs. Give me a minute. I got him. He's right. I can't my mouth.
Don't show this one to Izzy.
Oh my God. Anyway, all right, let's get back to the. Oh, this is actually a real clip. Maduro sings "Don't Worry, Be Happy" in response to the rising U.S. tensions. Maduro's been kind of trolling and calling. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. I was searching last night and I came across this. He was trolling and taunting America. Come and get me. Come and do what you got to do. I'm here. Look at this shit.
A los ciudadanos estadounidenses que están contra la guerra, les contesto una canción muy famosa. Don't worry, be happy. La 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 la. Don't worry, be happy. La 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 la. Just peace. Not war. A los ciudadanos estadounidenses.
Bro. I couldn't even believe that this was real. NBC News reported on it. I would have thought this was AI. It's like, wow. Okay. That Desmond Gold, though, they say that he lives in somewhere that's like the city is full of roaches and stuff. I don't know. But as rich as that guy is, I'm talking about that guy's got to be worth millions. You can pay somebody to come clean the fucking place. It's fucking nasty. You know, like, damn, bro. Once in a while, I have somebody come clean my place. If I can't keep up, it's busy, school and shit with my daughter, you know. This motherfucker's rich. You could pay somebody to come clean the place once a month or every whatever.
Happening in Venezuela and give some context from an actual
or fumigate the place. Fumigate
Venezuelan. Maduro, bad. Trump, bad. Getting rid of Maduro, good. An American intervention into Venezuela, bad. Now you're going to see a lot of Venezuelans who seem to be in support of this American intervention, not because we're naive or because we don't understand what it could mean. Nobody wants to be bombed by the Yanks, okay? But that should give you an idea as just how desperate Venezuelans are. Maduro is not the legal president of Venezuela. He lost the 2024 election to Edmundo Gonzalez. That is an indisputable fact. But this isn't so much about the nitty-gritty of the politics as much as it is about the effects of those politics on the people. Imagine this. You wake up, there's no water, as usual. The lights have been out for about 10 hours. Your fridge starts to smell because the power keeps going out. So you're like, okay, I'm going to go out and buy some new food. You get there and the food is even more expensive than it was before. Food has gone up 21.9% in price since just last October. Actually, food prices have gone up 12,000% since 2009. So that's like a tomato being worth $1. Now that same tomato is worth $12,000. That's how crazy the food situation is in Venezuela. These rolling blackouts too that I mentioned have a huge effect on the hospital systems. Often you will be in the middle of surgery and the electricity goes off. So you have a country where you have very little access to food, and we know little access to food usually means a huge increase in crime. That has happened in Venezuela. You have a dangerous country, you don't have access to food, water, electricity, and your hospital systems have been terrible. On top of these brutal living conditions, you have this political violence hovering on top of you. If you speak out about what's happening, you are very likely to be disappeared into el helicoide, which is the largest torture center in the Americas.
I didn't even know about this too. This lady was talking about a torture center that they have out in.
You are very likely to be disappeared into el helicoide, which is the largest.
What is it called? El helicoide? In Venezuela. Let me look that up real quick. I never heard about that. Does Venezuela torture helicoide?
Which
yeah, apparently it does. It's been long regarded as one of the Venezuela's most notorious torture centers, particularly for political prisoners. What the hell? Its unique spiral-shaped building was originally designed in the 1950s as a futuristic shopping mall and drive-in commercial center. Okay. So apparently over there, they would do multiple credible sources, including former prisoners, human rights organizations, Amnesty International, documented systematic torture, electric shocks, including to the genitals, beatings, asphyxiation with plastic bags, waterboarding, sexual violence and rape, psychological torture, overcrowded, unsanitary. Okay, wow.
Is the largest torture center in the Americas. In July of 2024 came Operation Tuntun. So basically the government would come knocking on your door if you made any posts that were against the government. And if your neighbors outed you for being out protesting, you would be likely to be kidnapped and sent to this torture center. In just the month of July 2024, 1,900 political prisoners were taken. Those numbers have gone up to over 3,000, most of those being youth and most of those being underage girls. Since 2014, there has been 17,888 politically motivated arrests.
Anyway, what does it say about the
youth prisoners were taken?
1,900 political prisoners.
Those numbers have gone up to over 3,000, most of those being youth and most of those being underage.
Underage girls. So what the hell kind of operation do they have going on over there? If that's true, that's weird as fuck.
Girls. Since 2014, there has been 17,888 politically motivated arrests in Venezuela. More than 8 million Venezuelans have fled the country. Our families are scattered across the world because we can't safely live home. And back in Venezuela, the regime allows mining that is tearing apart the Orinoco Delta, poisoning rivers with mercury and displacing indigenous people, allowing miners to go into indigenous territories, spreading diseases and kidnapping and human trafficking indigenous women. So when you see Venezuelans expressing support for an invasion, please understand, no one wants to be invaded, especially not by a country with such a brutal, violent global history. But Venezuelans are running out of options. Our hope is real. But underneath that hope is fear, exhaustion, and deep sadness for having to survive this horrific, violent, corrupt dictatorship. So please give us some space to feel all these emotions. Venezuelans aren't dumb. We are hardworking people who just want the best, like everyone else, to live a normal life. Thanks for listening.
That was kind of deep, pretty deep message. China calls on the U.S. to immediately release Nicolás Maduro and to stop violating other countries' sovereignty and security. And apparently, Morgan Freeman is saying Trump is a war criminal, Trump is a war criminal, Trump is a war criminal, and spamming it. It has 3.1 million views. But it's interesting because the internet does what it does what it did. They found this guy's old post The world cannot stand by and let Maduro steal the election in Venezuela. He replied back an hour ago, the psycho. It's about supporting Venezuelan opposition leader Machado, who just won the Nobel 2025 Peace Prize for her fight for democracy. Sore loser Donald Trump refused to work with her. I don't know what's going on with that. That is, she's not even in the country. That's the thing. And we saw a clip earlier in this stream where those people in Venezuela, some of them were calling her out. You're not even here, blah, blah, blah. But if she stayed there, she'd probably be killed and dead and thrown in that torture prison that these people and these Democrats support. Rape and all kinds of stuff, torturing these people. She had to leave. She didn't have a choice. I don't know who the next person is. Like I saw the other guy. I forget his name. I keep forgetting the guy's name. But some of these people just hate Trump so much that it doesn't matter what he does, even if he does something maybe potentially right or to help thousands and millions of people, they still just go against it just to go against it. It doesn't matter what he could donate a kidney to a dying child. And these people would still say, oh, well, fuck that motherfucker. So they're calling him out on his hypocrisy and this nut job, replying to every fucking comment. It's copy pasting and moving the goalposts, because that's what these people do all the time too. When they don't have an argument, they lost their argument, they move their goalposts. Oh, well, Donald Trump's not working with her to bring positive regime change. He wants Venezuela's oil, which that's true. Probably, I'm sure that's true. And the Venezuelans know that's true. But who's been taking the oil all this time? Russia and China? They should work out some type of something that works out for the people and can work out for us. Let these people bring prosperity and money and jobs and all this kind of stuff. And he's over here complaining about that's not how it works. Not kidnapping somebody that's illegitimate and stole the shit and took over the country. Not colonization, not without Congress. As if I'm going to go to Congress, these snakes, these slithering snakes that work against me, that would leak shit out and ask for permission from these fucking people that do nothing and have been doing nothing for years and decades. All these people do is talk. They're never about any kind of action. Just like this Morgan Freeman person. All you do is talk. You just talk. So that was that post. And some people here, who's this unapologetic, resilient Trump? If you're not Venezuelan and never lived through Maduro's regime, shut the hell up. It's not your pain. It's not your story. Stop telling us Venezuelans how to feel. But that's what these people do. They tell you how to vote. If you're a particular skin color, especially the white liberals, they tell you how to vote and how to feel. I don't know if it's like their guilt or something. When they're always claiming democracy and free will, and you vote for who you want to vote, unless it's against who they vote for, then it's a problem. So Elon Musk said, in support of the people of Venezuela, Starlink is providing free broadband service to the people of Venezuela. That's cool. Are you providing them with the devices too? Because you got to get the device. You got to get the little... I have Starlink on my roof. And it's not bad. It's better than nothing. And it's better than the other options for other satellite options. These other companies that are slow. They've never upgraded their systems. Maybe now they want to upgrade because there's competition. Ripping people off with really bad satellite. Starlink is the best option. Amazon might be coming out with something really good, though. A really fast satellite service. So this is here. Apparently the Cuban president, Miguel Diaz-Canel. These people came out of left field. Nobody was talking about them. Nobody really cared about them. You guys are insequential. You guys are like nothing. And like, We are prepared to give blood for Venezuela. That's what he said. Let's see. The very dark object of imperialistic desire is Venezuelan oil. The lands and natural resources of Venezuela. No imperialists. You already had imperialists. China and Russia, whatever. This is not your backyard. Nor disrupted territory. Nor outdated kings or emperors, which is exactly what he is, a king in Cuba. For Venezuela, and of course, also for Cuba, we're prepared to give even our own blood.
Hasta nuestra propia sangre, hasta nuestra propia vida, pero a un precio muy caro. No son tiempos de medias tintas, son...
Oh shit. They're tearing it down? Why? Why are they tearing it down? Oh. Okay, I'll take a look. Oh shit. Okay. All right. Okay, thanks. All right. I guess there was this fire in LA for a motel. I'll just put it up on the side screen, but apparently they're tearing down the whole place. I guess the whole place is gone and abolished. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Let me just put it up on the... I'll just put it up on the side. Hello? Hello? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks. Okay, I got two things sent to me. There's a lot of stuff happening. Okay, apparently, hold on a second. They're saying breaking, large part of Maduro's security team killed in yesterday's U.S. strikes, Venezuelan defense minister says. Okay. Oh, maybe we can play some of this too in a bit. Okay. I'm going to send this to myself. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, so there's some type of fire in California, motel, place getting torn down. But back to the Cuban president.
Tiempos de definiciones y de tomar partido frente al fascismo.
Taking a stand against fascism. That's so crazy coming from these people. It's like, yo, it's just like the irony. What the hell? And imperial barbarism.
Imperial. Abajo el imperialismo. Abajo el imperialismo. Abajo.
You better cheer and chant before they kill your ass. Representative Luna torches Mexican president. Oh yeah, and it's crazy too. Some of these countries that are coming out, Cuba and Mexico. Are you kidding me? Mexico, the cartel nation. You guys, how many people are robbed, raped, and murdered and killed and all kinds of shit? You guys are run by the cartels. These people want to lecture about morality and right and wrong. I think it's because they're worried about being the next one.
One of the most corrupt countries in the world, and it's a shame. They had one of the bloodiest election cycles this past cycle, and they killed journalists that were covering it. They've killed their own elected officials that were actually...
Yeah, they killed journalists, and they just killed somebody recently that was the opposition.
Trying to fight the cartel. So I really don't care what the president of Mexico has to say, because in my opinion, she's only in that position because she's been installed. And if they actually had a good president, you'd see Mexico not being run by cartels. One of the most...
Don't worry about no Mexico shit.
Y'all, my only problem with Donald Trump and this Venezuela strike is that he did it at 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been up all day. Brother, I was just about to go to bed. And as soon as I was about to lay down, Donald Trump dropped the bomb on Venezuela, I couldn't even go to sleep. I've been up all day, keeping up with all the news, trying to figure out what's going on, what happened, this and that. Donald Trump, oh my goodness, I love you. But the next time, can you please consider dropping a bomb maybe at maybe at 12 p.m.? I've been up all day. I didn't have more Diet Cokes than Donald Trump himself. Donald Trump, please, President Trump, the next time you drop a bomb, can you do it at 3 p.m., maybe even at 9 p.m.? A brother was trying to go to sleep. One thing about Donald Trump, y'all, this man, he don't sleep.
He does not fucking sleep. I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how he do it, but he don't go to sleep. He is the only president that'll be up at 2 o'clock in the morning, sipping on a Diet Coke and dropping bombs. But
I don't know. Got to be on something. Maybe the limitless pill. You ever seen Limitless? And I'm not talking Adderall. Maybe modafinil or something. You got to be on something to be going on like that. But he does. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. Oh, and this is the other shit too. This is just where it's like funny to me. The Colombian president, there's been so much shit that's happened. Like last night I was just like bookmarking. The Colombian president, Gustavo Petro, went after Trump, and he said a clan of pedophiles wants to destroy our democracy to keep Epstein's list. I've seen some people say that to try to hide or try to move on from the topic of the Epstein list. They send warships to kill fishermen. They're just fishermen, and threaten our neighbor with invasion for their oil.
Un clan de pedófilos quiere acabar la democracia en Colombia. Duro, sí, pero ahí está la realidad. Y para que no salga la lista, entonces nos envían acorazados a matar pescadores de esta ciudad. Y amenazar al vecino, que si dictador o no, ¿cómo que el pueblo de Colombia va a aplaudir que invada?
As if the people of Colombia would applaud an invasion because you could be next.
Tu hermano que no es el presidente.
Which is not the president, but the people of Venezuela.
Sino el pueblo de Venezuela.
Well, at least even he acknowledges he's not the president. But okay.
¿Cuándo?
When would we ever be so treacherous and sold out?
Seríamos así de traidores y de vendidos de que nuestra propia
betraying our own blood.
Sangre la traicionamos, o el pueblo del Ecuador, o el pueblo de Panamá, o el pueblo de Venezuela no es nuestro propio pueblo.
Our own people.
Y entonces quieren que el presidente haga lo que quería hacer Duque. Cobarde, prestar las tierras de Colombia para que
from there they could
de ahí se invadiera a un país hermano que tiene
the same history
la misma historia que nosotros, porque allá nació Bolívar.
Because Bolivia was born there.
Y vino a morir aquí, en esta ciudad. No se puede. Presidente de Colombia que haga eso.
President of Colombia that would do that.
Presidente maldito.
So he accuses a clan of pedophiles trying to end democracy. Imply the Jeffrey Epstein list. He claims unnamed, but we're obviously talking about Trump. And he criticizes his predecessor, Ivan Duque, for allegedly offering Colombian land as a base for invading Venezuela, calling it cowardly and treacherous.
Por las generaciones futuras, porque nunca será olvidado como un traidor. Y yo no pertenezco a los que querían matar a Bolívar. El gobierno de Venezuela ha hecho muchas críticas.
The government of Venezuela has made many criticisms, but I do not mock the people of Venezuela, nor would I set a trap for the people of Venezuela to fall into the trap of an invasion that is only about their oil, driven by greed and violence, to turn this beautiful corner of South America into another Syria or another Iraq. Oh shit, okay, well that part, yeah. Another Libya full of slaves. slave trading and new forms of slavery. Epstein's list and his friends, those who don't want the list to be published in the United States, they want to use us here with the violence of the people about their own government, but instead get consumed by xenophobia, racism, you lost me there, racism and ideas of racial superiority, and other false beliefs. They use us to avoid addressing their own problems. The president of Colombia has spent decades denouncing drug traffickers. Tony, papi, are you kidding me? You kidding me, man? Colombia denouncing drug traffickers, papi. That's where all the drugs come from, man. That's where I get my supply from. What are you talking about, man? The Colombian supply. What are you talking about? You denounce the drug traffickers. Come on, man, papi.
Décadas.
Kidding me?
Y los narcotraficantes que ha denunciado siempre estuvieron en el poder
I've always been the ruling elite of
político
Colombia.
de Colombia, en el Estado.
Been ruling the state. What you kidding me, man? You haven't watched Tony Montana? Get out of here, papa. Come on. What you kidding, man? Trump, one of these accounts, said, we'll keep posting these all day.
Abuelo, se llevaron a Maduro. Se llevaron a Maduro.
I mean, there's coke in the White House, to keep it real. Wolf of Wall Street. A lot of these top execs, these businesses, these politicians, they're probably all, half of them probably on something. Coke and pills, whatever.
Trump. Trump se llevó a Maduro.
Trump took Maduro. I don't know. I'd be afraid to tell this to you. If I had my grandpa, 96 years old, I wouldn't want to cause any kind of like an anxiety or heart attack or some shit.
Te lo juro. Esta noche, a las 2 de la mañana. Lo agarraron en Fuerte Tiuna. Lo bombardearon. A él y a Cilia.
Heart attack of joy.
Nos vamos para allá. Nos vamos. No. No puedes. Vamos.
Should we go? We can't.
Vámonos.
You can't get up. Wow. Different wars, same propaganda. And this is kind of fair, I guess.
I'm not even going to play around anymore. F it. Hit me with the works. Iraq, Venezuela. Go!
We're giving them full opportunity to do it the easy way. And when it doesn't work, we'll do it the hard way.
If we can do things the easy way, that's fine. And if we have to do it the hard way, that's fine too.
Chemical weapons is a threat to the United States. Fentanyl poses a chemical weapons threat to the United States.
Al-Qaeda terrorists inside Iraq.
Al-Qaeda
of our hemisphere.
We can get rid of Saddam. It could really begin to transform the region.
There's an opportunity to transform the entire region.
Bringing freedom and democracy.
Democracy and freedom can serve as a beacon of hope.
Shock and awe.
I can understand where people are coming from with that too, you know? Trump, you know how they say it's like history repeats itself.
How far would you go to take Maduro out of office?
I don't want to say that, but
But you want to see him out?
his days are numbered.
Can you rule out an American ground invasion?
I don't want to rule in or out. I don't talk about it.
Would you consider doing something similar with Mexico and Colombia that are even more responsible for fentanyl trafficking into the U.S.?
Sure.
Trump said this before. He is not fucking around, all right? He gave these people plenty of warnings, and speculation is Colombia, the president of Colombia is next. Look, people, these men, these individuals, these politicians in these territories are beyond corrupt. A lot of them are mega drug cartel leaders, narco terrorists that are allowing drugs to be distributed from their territory, from their land. At some point, you got to put a stop to it. $1 million question is, why come the last 4 presidents couldn't do this? You know how many lives that could have been saved? We've already seen a decline in population, not only in this country, but all around. Trump warned them, They thought he was joking. They thought he was playing. And now I tell you one thing, I bet you the president of Honduras and Colombia and all, and Mexico, I bet you they get their shit together after this.
I don't know.
Exactly what you look like and where you live.
Oh, this was so fucking funny. I don't know where they got this from, man. I was laying down last night and I was listening to this. It was just, all right, hold on.
Know exactly what you look like and where you live.
Well, I use a VPN, so...
That is so cap, Junior. I just pulled your IP. I've got it right now.
No, you don't. Huh. Say
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's where you're from.
That's not... Hey!
Oh, I just pulled your IP. 308 Negra Aurora Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's you, isn't it?
No.
I'm on Google Earth right now. I see a pizza on your roof.
That's my grandma's house. Nice try.
No, so you're playing at your grandmother's house? You're a loser. Don't even joke to me. You're a loser. Playing at grandma's. What is she gonna make you? Cookies and milk?
Mama's love. We saw this already. The Colombian president Gustavo going off.
Captured, finally. And I know a lot of my brothers and sisters from Venezuela because I know a lot of people from Venezuela working in Peru right now because they had to escape Venezuela because they were literally starving. And I see some people complaining about this and I'm like, wait, did you guys want people to starve? Like, is that what you want? I'm sorry, and I know this bothers a lot of people, but Trump is the only...
Apparently, they left on they're protesting in Brooklyn. Where that? Let me see. Protest in Brooklyn. Ah. No. Let's see.
Por lo que se ve, no son venezolanos. Vamos a ver, 360, nos está pidiendo por aquí 360. Compartan, amigos, compartan.
Only one who's actually doing a good thing. And just look at all the Venezuelans. They're all celebrating. Peruvians are celebrating. We see a lot of people from Venezuela escape to my country and they have to restart their whole lives thanks to Maduro. So how is he being captured a bad thing? And nobody wants the oil. The US invested in oil rigs years ago. And the communists, typical of communists, they stole that. So yeah, that's the story. Like, go read. Like, people need to start reading and people need to start actually like doing research. Just because you hate Trump doesn't mean he's doing bad things. Just because you hate him. But it's just hilarious how I know a lot of people are celebrating. I know Venezuelans especially. You guys are not from Venezuela. Look at Venezuela. They're celebrating because they're finally free from a dictator. You people don't get to say anything. It's their country.
Yeah. Supposedly, this was 12 hours ago, but they're saying there was looting in Caracas, or however you say it.
Pasando algo, Dios. Eli, vente, hija, vente, ¿qué pasó?
Se quieren meterse aquí.
Ay, Dios, se quieren meterse aquí en macro. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, Dios.
Porque no lo
Ay,
dejan
Dios
pasar.
mío, Dios.
Quédate quieto, no.
Ay, Eli, mire cómo corren.
Bueno, pero cálmate.
Y la policía que está ahí en la entrada porque no hacen nada.
No cops or nothing like that. Oh, this was so funny, man. I was dying laughing at this last night. This is in Spanish. I'll translate it after, but like it just sounds funnier in Spanish. Even translating it, it just doesn't like.
Y le pido a todos que tengan fe. No sé dónde ir a salir, pero le pido a todos que tengan fe, que no se dejen llenar la cabeza de que los gringos solo quieren el petróleo, y los gringos solo quieren sus riquezas. O sea, y a esas personas les pregunto, ¿qué creen ellos que querían los rusos y los chinos durante tanto tiempo? ¿La receta de la arepa?
He's basically saying to those who say the United States is only interested in our oil, I asked those people, what do you think the Russians and Chinese wanted? The recipe for arepas. That shit was hilarious because they're known for their arepas. What do you think these other countries were in there doing, right? MAGA with Trump right now be like,
All right, don't cross this line. Otherwise, I can't support you.
We got this.
Okay, I can't stay mad at you, but this one for sure.
Yo, it feels like it's so true. Like, this is where we've been at. This is
okay.
There's so much turmoil.
All right, Mr. President.
Oh my God. Trump don't give a damn. What's going on here?
Say, man, motherfucking Trump don't give a damn, man. Look, man, he done hit Venezuela, man. The man don't give a fuck, man. Say, man, if you fuck with America the wrong goddamn way, hey, man, Trump don't give a damn who you is, man. He gonna knock off Venezuelan ass, man. Venezuela, man, hey, man, I don't have no motherfucking problem with ICE doing their job over here in America, man. All them motherfucking drugs killing our motherfucking kids from fentanyl and all that other shit come across their goddamn water. All them Venezuelan motherfuckers coming over here. I'm not bigoted. I'm not racist. I don't wanna pay my motherfucking tax money to provide for y'all food, y'all well-being. I don't give a damn. I put America first. Whatever go on in your country, your country. If you don't like what's going on in this motherfucking country, stay the fuck over there. Keep them motherfucking drugs over there. And I'm so motherfucking proud of Trump that he not going for no bullshit. He is not no motherfucking Joe Biden. He ain't no goddamn Obama. He not none of that bullshit. Hey, man. Motherfucker kind of remind me of motherfucker.
Hey, man. Yo, the way he's recording.
Bush on the warship. That motherfucker don't give a damn. If you fuck with America, he come for your top, motherfucker. That's all it is, man. Make America great again. Hey, man. Do your thing.
Oh, that shit was funny. Another banger. I don't even know if I could play it. I don't know where they got this. There was a bunch of memes last night of this guy. Oh, yeah. So Feds popping up. Mel Gibson. I think they took this clip from somewhere else. I don't think he was talking about
Hi,
this.
Mel Gibson. I'm in Italy, where the food supply hasn't been messed with.
Maybe he is.
You know, there's no GMO stuff allowed. So the grain in the pasta is great. I can eat it like all day.
I wish we had that.
And not get porky. Mm-hmm. And all the cheeses are wonderful. Buffalo mozzarella from the Napoli region. Unpasteurized milk. It's good for the biff. Save the biff. It's your last line of defense against, well, all the environmental things that come to assault us. Particularly in the food supply. Okay, I'm digging it over here.
Okay. Also, Harry Sisson. Harry Sisson.
So, quick question for Donald Trump and his supporters. What's the plan? It's 5 a.m. on the East Coast right now. Donald Trump just announced that the U.S. military has captured Nicolás Maduro and his wife, the president of Venezuela, after we bombed Venezuela in the middle of the night, focusing on their capital city. And I'm just curious, what's the plan? What are we going to do with Maduro, with his wife? Where are they going? What's next for Venezuela?
Are you Captain Save a Dictator now? You want to know what's happening with Maduro? You gonna go save him, buddy?
You know, there's a massive power vacuum in Venezuela right now, and I can guarantee that there are already bad groups in that country looking to take power. You know, regime change, historically, has not worked very well.
Are you suggesting that we should have just let those people...
Just leave it. President Zelensky on Maduro. What can I say here? If this can be done to dictators like that, then the United States of America know what they should do next. Nah, bro. You trying to say Russia? Russia's a whole nother level.
Пронесет, но я тут відреагувати. Ну, що я можу сказати? Якщо можна, так, з диктаторами, ось так, то Сполучені Штати...
Oh, this was something completely different. We won't do that. Maduro.
Echo Project. I was a bad little kid. I want my baby to do my ad
lib. Refugees who fled Ecuador are celebrating. I said, yo, man. People happy everywhere. This guy went off.
People are criticizing Trump. Venezuela. Venezuela. People are criticizing Trump for what he did in Venezuela. They say he bombed and kidnapped our president. No. Let me be clear. That man was never our president. He's a dictator. We didn't vote for him. Our elections were stolen. And when we protested, our kids were sent to prison. Minors were tortured. Girls were forced to prostitute themselves in prisons just to get food, to get a piece of bread. And where were all of you then? Where were all of you, liberals? Where were all of you? Where were all of you? You said nothing. You did nothing. But now you suddenly care about international law.
All of a sudden.
I mean, now you all talk about human rights? Maduro didn't lead Venezuela. He kidnapped an entire country. So, no, Trump didn't kidnap anyone. No, he did not. He removed our kidnapper. And for that, we're thankful. You can divide politics all you want. But don't tell Venezuelans, do not tell Venezuelans how to feel about being free from a dictatorship.
Don't tell me how to feel, how to think, how you like it when they tell you how to think, how to feel. Can't play that song. Even though I love that song, can't play that song. Yeah, man. Oh, I got that coming up, Layla. The Jack Ryan. I was wondering where that came from. The show Jack Ryan. Maybe I should just show it now. Oh, let's take a look at this crazy lady. Hold on.
Americans believe ourselves to be the good guy, and Trump has turned us into the villain. Venezuela, lo siento. I am so sorry.
She said lo siento?
Most of us don't support this. It's wrong. Trump's crying over a peace prize he didn't get while waging a new war for the United States. But he ain't the one going and fighting it. So it's going to be another generation of troops that don't come home, and if they do, they're fucked up. And I was raised by one. It's about to be Vietnam 2.0. This is wrong. How can you support it? How can you sit there not saying nothing? Americans believe ourselves to be the good guy, and Trump has turned us into the villain.
All these people are like crying, losing their minds. What's wrong with these people? I might as well show this. I have it somewhere in my queue of clips to show you guys. Well, let's jump to this now. This was interesting. Okay. That's a really interesting clip. It's from a show, apparently. And I had a feeling maybe there might be some type of copyright thing there. Let me see where we left off at. Oh, that's crazy. A Hispanic man counter-protested the pro-socialist Venezuela rally, which had a horrible turnout, and yelled, "God bless America."
God bless America! Texas #1, baby! God bless America! Don't touch me! Officer, he's touching me! Officer, he's touching me! Officer, he's touching me! Hands up, please! Stop touching me! Stop touching me! God bless America! Hands up, Venezuela! I'm walking away! God bless America! Hands up, Venezuela! Don't touch me, buddy! Don't touch me! You got that? He's touching me! God bless America! Venezuela's free! Venezuela's free! Thank you, Donald Trump! Thank you, President Trump! Thank you, President Trump! Thank you, President Trump! God bless America! God bless America! Venezuela! Bunch of fucking liberals! Get out of Texas! Fucking liberal! Get out of Texas! God bless America! Donald Trump! Free Venezuela! Free Venezuela!
Wow. Some pictures, I guess, of Maduro and special forces last night. The detention center.
Of all the Venezuelan people that is here, because it's, oh my God, it's a cumul of emotions. This is incredible. It's amazing. It's incredible. We were crying, we were screaming, and we are here now to see this. And oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah, we're very thankful. You know, we're from Brazil. We're seeing everything that's going on in Brazil as well. Our president right now is just a stealer. You know, he was in prison. It's ridiculous, and we're just very glad. We're very glad. Honestly, we're saying here, we hope that Lula would be the next. I think Lula is next. We hope Lula is next, you know. So I'm sure all these people here, the people from Venezuela, they're happy about it. Who's not happy about it are the leftists, are the people in here that they already have freedom and they think that they know better than all these people that came from Venezuela. They would love to be back. We would love to be back in Brazil.
Yeah. Oh, this was the peace sign too. He's trolling. Maduro's trolling. He did the peace sign when he got out. Hey. This guy said, I'm demanding Congress vote on war powers
Donald Trump
resolution.
has escalated his illegal and dangerous war with Venezuela by bombing the country and taking its president. But under the Constitution, Congress can actually put a stop to this. That's why I'm demanding that we take a vote on a war powers resolution. And if all Democrats stick together and a few Republicans find a spine, we can put an end to this and not put young Americans and troops needlessly at risk in another potentially endless war. Donald Trump says he doesn't like mass migration. Well, then why is he going and instigating regime change in a Latin American country? Invading countries in Latin America has always caused more mass displacement.
That's one of the things I've heard people say too, that could potentially lead to mass migration.
But we can't take a chance after having done this incredible thing last night of letting somebody else take over, where we have to do it again. We can do it again too. Nobody can stop us. There's nobody that has the capability that we have. You know, when I watch that war in Russia going on and on and on, and everybody dying, and it's like it's primitive. It's primitive. It's horrible. It's really horrible.
Could you tell us, Mr. President?
But we can't.
Miami last night. The contrast is so just interesting to see. Some people are upset, and others are happy. Unhinged woman screams at Venezuelans who are celebrating. She said, "Viva Maduro! Long live Maduro!" Yo, they're calling her puta. That means like bitch. Wow. Maduro's side piece, man. Ride or die. Holy shit. Hey.
Esta sala constitucional.
No saben nada, ellos no saben nada.
People arguing out in New York. Oh, this lady. Let's see this.
Oh, MAGA, don't you understand? If we have another civil war, all the blue states will control all the fresh water. You guys don't think this shit through, do you?
I'm pretty sure I thought this shit through, and I'm pretty sure that I could win this battle with you just by using harsh language, because you would just run away and fucking cry.
Yo, look at her face for a second. Look at this, is like the Joker, female Joker.
Oh, MAGA, don't you understand? If we have another civil war,
Stephen Baldwin,
all the blue states will control all the fresh water. You guys don't think this shit through, do you?
I'm pretty
Oh shit.
It is 6 in the goddamn morning. I wake up to see fucking Trump running shit in Venezuela. Like, I heard a little bit about the shit, but I need a little more context. Cause you went and that motherfucking took the Venezuelan president and his wife and start blowing shit up. Shit.
Miami last night partying. Oh, this is an old video apparently. It was December 11th. Okay, I thought she came out of Norway last night. Okay. That's the Maria. All the Venezuelans happy. All the oil companies now in the U.S. Push it to the limit. I love this movie. No. All right, I got to use the restroom. I'll put on the protest right now. I'll be right back.
Libertad para Maduro, no dice por acá. Yumi, no dice por acá. Libertad para Maduro, Venezuela está feliz, no dice por aquí. Valentine, no dice por acá. Dice por aquí otros migrantes hablando de algo que ellos no han vivido. Mucha gente, es la otra cosa. Es otra cosa que estoy viendo, que mucha gente habla desde sus privilegios, pero realmente no sabe lo que es vivirlo en carne propia. Y hay que tener mucho cuidado de lo que es tu privilegio a lo que realmente es. Hay que tener muchísimo cuidado. Mira, están por aquí haciendo la entrevista. Amigo, ¿habla español? Sí. ¿Cómo estás? ¿A qué hora llegaste acá? ¿De qué outlet eres?
De un canal de televisión del Ecuador.
¿Del Ecuador? Regálame unas palabras, ¿no? Para mi...
Voy a grabar.
¿Vas a grabar? ¿Te puedo grabar un poquito como estás grabando? ¿Está bien? ¿Sí? Por aquí el amigo se está preparando desde el Ecuador. Mira, estamos, esta es la detención federal mejor conocida como Metropolitan Detention Center, aquí en Brooklyn, 29 Street 80. Mira, vamos por ahí.
Buenas tardes, a esta hora hay un gran despliegue de medios de comunicación y manifestantes aquí en los exteriores de la cárcel metropolitana de Brooklyn, donde Nicolás Maduro y su esposa han pasado la noche en también, que es el lugar de hospedajes del narcotraficante ecuatoriano alias Fito. Pues aquí también hay otros reconocidos personajes de estructuras criminales internacionales. Nicolás Maduro y Cilia mañana serán puestos de cara ante la justicia estadounidense en la Corte Federal aquí en Nueva York. Por supuesto, tengo que decirles que es la misma corte por donde ya pasaron hace casi 11 años los sobrinos de la primera dama venezolana, quienes fueron detenidos también por narcotráfico en el sonado caso de los narcosobrinos, los mismos que habrían abierto la caja de Pandora, que hoy también tiene como desenlace la captura de Nicolás Maduro Moro, presidente de Venezuela, pero quien es señalado por los Estados Unidos de igual manera como el líder del cártel de los soles. Pero ¿qué pasó en las últimas horas? La fiscal general estadounidense Pam Bondi ha ampliado las acusaciones en contra de Maduro y su esposa por conspiración de narcoterrorismo y la importación de cocaína y la importación también de cocaína y la posesión de armas, añadiendo nuevos cargos y detallando vínculos con grupos como las FARC y el Tren de Aragua, diciendo textualmente que enfrentarán la furia total de la justicia estadounidense en suelo estadounidense, en tribunales estadounidenses, como ha dicho la autoridad que llevará personalmente a cabo este caso. Pero ¿cuáles son esos detalles de esta ampliación de acusaciones? Además de los cargos de narcotráfico de 2020, pues la ampliación incluye a Cilia Flores como cómplice de cargos más específicos como la posesión de armas de fuego y dispositivos explosivos. La justicia de los Estados Unidos pues Nicolás Maduro y Cilia Flores además habrían ordenado secuestros, golpizas y asesinatos contra personas que debían dinero del narcotráfico o que interferían incluso con sus operaciones. Entre esos hechos incluye el asesinato de un jefe del narcotráfico local en Caracas, Venezuela. Para Cilia, el cargo principal es la conspiración y, por supuesto, la manufactura. Para Cilia, el cargo principal es la conspiración para manufacturar cocaína. La acusación describe a Nicolás Maduro como una figura clave en la historia del narcotráfico de Venezuela, que desde sus primeros cargos públicos utilizó su poder para aliarse con este proceso para la formulación de cargos. Esos cargos que serán puestos ante el juez y, por supuesto, frente a Nicolás Maduro. El desarrollo de este proceso podría tardar meses y hasta años para sentenciar definitivamente a Nicolás Maduro en caso de ser hallado culpable. Estaremos informándoles con más detalles. Por eso, seguimos con más información en Ecuador y en las noticias de 24 horas.
Wow, qué bien lo hace el chico. Qué bien lo hace. Excuse me, I go through. Thank you. Wow, qué bien lo hace el chico. Qué bien lo hace el chico, ¿eh? Muy bien lo hace. Por ahí, no sé si por ahí se escuchó. Por ahí confirma si se escuchó. Se escuchó lo que él dijo por ahí. Dijo bastante.
I think this is Chicago, and there's a whole bunch of people out there. Holy crap. I lost 300 people. Forgive me, I had to use the restroom. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me go down the rest of the stuff. The left is not being honest about Venezuela.
Because I just can't believe that you look at Venezuela, and if you are honest about it, truly honest. Because what I want to talk to you, Daniel, is what's it like growing up in a communist country? We've spoken about the economic realities of it, but what's it like growing up under an oppressive regime?
Yeah.
What happens to you when you criticize Chavez? Or if you're a journalist, I've got my stories from my family, but we'd love to hear yours.
Well, I'll tell you, growing up, I had a great family, very loving family, but that suffered tremendously. I think that what's interesting about my story is that it's not exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a middle-class family. My parents owned a gas station in Venezuela. And we used to make maybe $1,000 to $3,000 a month in the early 2000s. That's pretty good, especially for Venezuela in the early 2000s, before the inflation we've had adjusted. By 2016, when I left, we were making $100 a month. That is the reality we faced. We had cars, I went to a good school. We lived in our own apartment. That was our property. And then we didn't have electricity. And then we didn't have water. And then we had to line up for food. And when we didn't have electricity and we didn't have water, I had to carry up 5 floors the water jug on my shoulder as a teenager. Good workout. But it's going from a first world country to a third world country. That is what's so painful, because all other socialist countries were never so rich as Venezuela. Think about the Soviet Union. The Russian Empire was a terrible place to live, the poorest empire in Europe. Think about China before Mao. Even before Mao, China was a desolate, terrible place to live. Think about Cuba. Cuba was maybe the most okayish, but it's still much poorer than Venezuela was. But Eastern Europe, ravaged by World War II. I mean, how many pounds did Eastern Europe have before Soviet socialism? Venezuela was a rich and democratic country. And it became poor because of socialism and became authoritarian because of socialism. And that is why the case of Venezuela is so important for all of us in the West, because it is what could happen to us.
This news is being received in Iran. How's it being received in Russia? How's it being received in China?
All three, predictably, will deplore this kind of activity publicly. Privately, they will be impressed with the military capability here. I would argue none of those three militaries could have executed an operation like this. And again, we tend to just breeze by this. But the idea of finding, fixing, kidnapping, taking him out alive with his wife, no casualties on the side of the U.S., that's an extraordinary military operation. So I think while there will be a lot of public condemnation of the United States, predictably from those three nations, privately they'll be saying to themselves, that's a very capable military. That's not a bad thought to pop up in Beijing, Moscow, and Tehran these days.
There is no just cause for an invasion of Iraq.
Well, that may be. But what we're all forgetting is anyone who doesn't want to go to war is gay.
I want to go to war. Oh, yes, we should definitely go. Yes,
I was the first one who wanted to go to war.
So
there is no just cause for an invasion of Iraq.
Well, that may be. But what we're all forgetting is anyone who doesn't want to go to war is gay.
I want to go to war. Oh, yes, we should definitely go. Yes,
Libs. What Trump did in Venezuela is evil and illegal. He must be impeached. Meanwhile, in the streets of Caracas. Gotta mute it. Good song, but I gotta mute it. Overhead dancing. Oh, I mean, I do worry about the after effect, what's gonna happen. The void, you know, but.
Do you have a message for Donald Trump in what occurred this morning? Message for Donald Trump.
He's a Nazi. He's in it for the oil. That's it. Oil
Really?
and distraction.
It's just the oil.
No, he's trying to distract from his everything else.
I guess I have a question with, obviously we protest no kings and we don't want a dictator in our nation. Do you think Maduro was a dictator in Venezuela?
Yes, but we don't have the right to go there and tell them what to do. It's in our country.
So basically, let's focus
So you're saying you're America first?
on America first and everybody else can handle their own business.
Protect them a little bit. We don't just go in and invade their country.
Yeah.
That's the order of Congress. Congress needs to have a say-so on this. Can't just go over there and do it.
And saying Trump is a Nazi, I hear it pretty regularly. Do you
You wait your whole life for other people's permission, you'll never get anything fucking done. Congress permission. He didn't need permission. He didn't need permission to do that. These people, they're always waiting for somebody else to tell them what to think and what to do. You wait your whole life. He didn't tell him that. You wait your whole life asking what you should do, what you can do. You'll be there forever.
I hear it pretty regularly. Do you think he's up there with Hitler?
Yes, I do.
Do you think there's any other world leaders that are up there with Hitler currently?
Putin,
Trump,
Korea,
Hitler, all in the
North
same
Korea,
camp?
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All killers.
Gentlemen, do you have
Okay, the next clip. I'm going to play some of this. But this is Alex Jones and why he thinks Trump invaded Venezuela. Why he really invaded Venezuela.
This morning, at about 1:35 Eastern Time, on Saturday,
Alex Jones.
January 3rd, 2026, President Trump ordered precision military operations and extraction of Maduro, the dictator of Venezuela, and his wife. Not one U.S. serviceman died. Not one piece of equipment was even damaged. The level of coordination is just, quite frankly, frightening. Now, let's separate that for now and come back to it later. I have, in 31 years, never supported any offensive military operations of the U.S. because it's all been for globalism. It's all been for the rules-based order. So for those of you out there that actually want to understand what's happening, it's a fact what's going on. You can make a decision about whether it's right or wrong. But the rules-based order was set up by the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, via the UN. And it means the UN and this whole global body decides when nation states can defend themselves and what they can do. And President Trump has said he's going back to the Monroe Doctrine. Even before that, Thomas Jefferson's doctrine of the Barbary Wars, the Barbary Pirates. Venezuela was the richest nation per capita in our hemisphere until about 30 years ago. Then they got socialist dead 26 years ago who were really communists.
That's crazy. When you think about all the resources that they have, they should be leveraging that. And they should be wealthy,
And it became a total hellhole. And they ran Smartmatic and Dominion, and all of it were the piggy bank for the Democrats, the CIA. They ran the Mexican drug cartels, and they were basically in cahoots with Cuba. So this move is not a neocon war where we're off blowing up the Middle East or doing all that or starting a war with Russia. It's about hemispherically, under the Monroe Doctrine and under U.S. policy before the age of the globalist, George Herbert Walker Bush. It's about going back to that. So Thomas Jefferson would have gone to war with Venezuela. He would have had a blockade. He would have blocked the drug boats. But it wasn't about the drug boats. That was just Trump's legalese saying it's law enforcement. This was bigger than 1990 and Manuel Noriega, who was a CIA drug dealer and wouldn't pay them their cuts, so George Herbert Walker Bush invaded all the rest of that. No, this was about the U.S. exercising its territorial control in this hemisphere, and it was about ending the rules-based order and letting the world know the U.S. is standing up for its own sovereignty and control of this hemisphere, which under globalism was undermined by design, Jimmy Carter and then Obama, finally handing over the Panama Canal, and so much more. So the United States has been put in a very bad position on the verge of collapse. And Trump, in an emergency operation with the tariffs, everything else he's done securing the borders, and this military operation in Venezuela, has brought the U.S. stock up in the world everywhere and let the world know that we're not going to just go bye-bye like the CFR has wanted and have this Chinese communist century that replaces America as the world superpower. And look, I don't want America to be an empire, but if we end world dollarization, we will be in the worst depression you've ever seen, basically forever. And that was the plan. So those of you rooting against President Trump have no idea what it would mean if his operations fail. And he's barely winning on all the major fronts he's fighting. And that's what's scary. If you have any idea how dangerous the situation would be if we just sat back and allowed all these multinational powers through BlackRock and the globalists to divide and conquer our country, it'd be over.
That's Alex Jones. This guy, Jimmy Carville. I don't know much about him, but he said some wild shit the other day that I thought was kind of funny. But I do think he's opposed to Trump, like what he did.
There are a corrupt group of people.
Damn, that boy's slobbering and slibbering. Okay.
Never, ever underestimate what Trump will do to try to survive and draw attention away from Jeffrey Epstein and the fact that we're getting ready to be, average people are plunged into health insurance that they can't pay while we run up $3 trillion in debt, giving people make over $500,000 a year massive tax cuts. That's what's really going on in this country. You need to know it. And you need to change it come November.
I don't know. Maybe I like it. Maybe I don't. I saw him say some crazy shit the other day that I thought was funny, but I don't know. This dude's like drooling and shit. I don't know what's going on. And they're saying Elon Musk in Narcos. You guys ever watch Narcos? I watched, I think, the first and second season. So freaking good. They're saying this is Elon Musk watching X become the #1 news app in Venezuela. It's a really good show. They have new seasons too. I clipped this because I don't know what this lady was talking about, but she sounded like she was going to war. Americans stand up.
I'm on my way, y'all. They done threatened to take my life if I come to Minnesota, so I'm on my way. I'm about to put together some sweatshirts, some T-shirts, so that you can fight, so that you can support the cause, because I'm about to travel the United States of America and figure out what's going on with Americans. I don't care nothing else about nobody who's not an American. Now, I don't put no black in front of it. Don't put no white in front of it. I'm not fighting for no racial causes. I'm fighting for America. We will not be the UK. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Jihad my motherfucking ass. It won't happen here, not on my watch. But they said they're gonna take me up out of here if I come to Minnesota, so I'm on my way. We're gonna start some fundraising. We're gonna start somebody start me a motherfucking GoFundMe. I am on my way. I don't think I'll come back home for another year from now. I think I'll just be traveling around causing motherfucking hell for everybody who ain't American. That's what I think I'll be doing. Here I come.
Wow. I have no idea who this is, but I was like, I just have to add it to it. Like, I don't know. Unapologetically G. Hopefully she stays safe. I don't know. Delta Force entering Maduro's presidential palace. I thought this was hilarious too. This guy's he's funny.
Whoa.
This is the presidential palace in Venezuela. Just like one of these little motels here in the U.S. You know. Like,
Oh la la. Oh, king in the castle. King in the castle. Have a chair. I have a chair. Oh, go do this. Go do this. King in the castle. Oh,
Borat. Oh, yeah. Bernie Sanders went off, I guess, yesterday.
Thanks very much for joining me. Donald Trump has, once again, shown his contempt for the Constitution and the rule of law. Let's be clear. The President of the United States does not have the right to unilaterally take this country into war, even against a corrupt and brutal dictator like Maduro. The United States does not have the right, as Trump stated this morning, to run Venezuela. Congress must immediately pass a war powers resolution to end this illegal military operation and reassert its constitutional responsibilities. Trump's attack on Venezuela will not make the United States and the world safer. Quite the contrary. This brazen violation of international law gives a green light to any country on earth that may wish to attack another nation to seize their resources or...
That's fine if it happens. Who's going to do that? That's fine. Who's going to run an operation like that? Nobody can run an operation like that. They stole this shit from you, Bernie. Back in the day when I was, I don't know, kind of like on that side, a little bit, I don't know. I might have voted for you, but they stole that shit from
change
you.
Their governments. This is the horrific logic
too.
of force that Putin used to justify his brutal attack on Ukraine. Trump and his administration have made it clear that they want to revive the Monroe Doctrine, a belief that claims that the United States has the right to dominate the affairs of the hemisphere.
And these people have millions. Yo, if I had millions and my exposure, I would do something with my hair. I'd get the veneer stuff people have, the fake teeth, the veneers and stuff. I'd get facials every month. Like, what's up with this?
They have spoken openly about controlling Venezuela's oil reserves.
Why do they all look like this?
The largest in the world. Let's make no mistake about it. This is rank imperialism. It recalls the darkest chapters of U.S. interventions in Latin America, which have left a terrible legacy. It will and should be condemned by the democratic world. Trump campaigned for president on an America First platform. He claimed to be the peace candidate. Well, at a time when 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, when our healthcare system is collapsing, when people throughout this country cannot afford housing.
The healthcare system really is trash. I've experienced it firsthand. I'm sure as many people have. It really is trash. And you guys haven't done anything about that. Trump was talking about meeting with like the top CEOs of these like drug companies and stuff to try to like push them to lower the prices, you know, but.
And when artificial intelligence threatens millions of jobs, it is time for the president to focus on the crises facing this country and end the military adventurism abroad. Trump is failing in his job to run the United States of America. He should not be trying.
I mean, it could be a huge benefit for us and the country over there, Venezuela. It really could be like a huge thing. I don't know.
I mean, is anyone going to just stop for a second and be honest? This is insane. What the hell are we doing? I mean, we've got a lot of problems in America today, and invading, occupying, running Venezuela does not solve any of them. I mean, is anyone going to just stop for a second?
Yeah, I haven't done nothing. I know y'all living in a mansion. Hello? Oh, okay. Where? What state? Oh, okay. All right. Thanks. Peter, thank you for the 50. He says, bro, your hair is already on point. You got to put this new barber on check. Listen, I moved to a new area. I honestly think my hair is kind of thinning a little bit. I got a lot of white hairs. It's not what it used to be. You see this little spot right here. This 4K camera is not really helping me, but the person that I went to previously did way better haircuts. The place that I'm in now, it's kind of like the convenience. I'm in a nicer area somewhat, but it's still like, I don't know, man. I've thought about traveling back to where I used to live just to get a better haircut. But a lot of the times it's just about convenience for me. I don't want to have to drive and do all this bullshit. I don't know. Thank you for the 50, man. Appreciate it. I'm trying to put like hair oils in my hair. I'm trying to get like the biotin and the oil, whatever the hell,
So New York's out here protesting what happened in Venezuela. Meanwhile, Venezuela is throwing block parties like it's a brand new 4th of July. Honest question, New York, are you guys just bored? Because even Venezuela doesn't want this. Go volunteer, build something, literally anything. Nobody appreciates whatever you're doing. So New York's out here protesting what happened in Venezuela. Meanwhile, Venezuela is throwing block parties like it's a brand new 4th of July. Honest question, New York, are you guys just bored?
Are you guys just bored?
Because even Venezuela doesn't want this. Go volunteer, build.
Go volunteer and build something. Go do something with your life. These people complaining constantly about Trump, whether it was Joe Biden, Obama, or whoever the fuck was in the office, none of these people directly really changed my life. It was the only person that could do that was me. So at the end of all this complaining and protesting and burning shit, go change your own life. Go volunteer. Go build something. Are you guys just bored? What kind of job do you have? You have all this time?
Venezuela doesn't want this. Go volunteer, build something, literally anything. Nobody appreciates whatever you're doing. So New York's out here protesting what happened in Venezuela. Meanwhile, Venezuela is throwing block parties like it's a brand new 4th of July. Honest question, New York, are you guys just bored? Because even Venezuela doesn't want this. Go volunteer, build something, literally anything. Nobody appreciates whatever you're doing.
And I feel like if you talk to any of like the old school Latinos, people that have been through this kind of stuff or have family members that have been through communism and socialism like this, they will tell you like, this is fucking crazy. Nobody wants to do shit. It's crazy. Liberals when Venezuelans can eat again. Oh, I don't know, Rach. I think this is for another stream. Tim Walz and Minnesota Representative Hortman. That's a whole nother. Oh my God.
So we're here in Dallas, Texas, protesting the unfair and illegal arrest of Maduro. I stand against it. We stand with Maduro and we want to protect big booty Latinas. No war on Venezuela. Bombing Venezuela. Stop bombing Venezuela. No war on Venezuela. Not bombing Venezuela. Not bombing Venezuela. No war on Venezuela. No war on Venezuela. Stop bombing Venezuela. Stop bombing Venezuela. No war on Venezuela. No war on Venezuela. Stop bombing Venezuela. Stop bombing Venezuela. No war on Venezuela. No war on Venezuela.
All right, y'all, we have a little counter-protester here, so let's
protect what? No, protect big booty Latinas. Protect big booty Latinas. Protect big booty Latinas. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. Protect big booty Latinas. Protect big booty Latinas. Protect big booty Latinas. I stand with Venezuela. Protect big booty Latinas. Protect big booty Latinas. Protect big booty Latinas. I stand with you. I want to protect big booty Latinas. I want to protect big booty Latinas. Amnesty for big booty Latinas. Big booty Latinas deserve amnesty. Guys, protect big booty Latinas. Protect big booty Latinas. Protect big booty Latinas. Protect big booty Latinas. I'm here in solidarity. I stand with the people of Argentina. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. What are you doing? Get out of my way. Y'all can't do this. Get out of my way. Get out. Get out of my way. Get out of my fucking way. Hey. Latinas!
Get the fuck out of
Protect
here.
big booty Latinas!
Get the fuck out.
Protect big booty Latinas!
Get the fuck out of here.
Protect big booty Latinas! Protect big booty Latinas!
Get the fuck out of here.
Protect it! Hey,
fuck out of
you
here.
hit me, fellas?
No.
Did you hit me, fellas?
Fuck out of here, bud.
You don't fucking touch me.
Fuck out.
Protect big booty Latinas! Protect big booty Latinas! Dude, get off me. Dude, what did he...
What am I doing, huh? Out of here.
Guys.
Let's go. Let's just go. Okay.
Protect big booty Latinas! Protect big booty Latinas! Protect big booty Latinas! Tell everyone! Please! God! Protect big booty Latinas! I love you! Salma Hayek! You don't have to go to Venezuela! I love big booty Latinas! All right. We love big booty Latinas! Ah! Ah!
Jesus.
Ah! Do you guys stand with the big booty Latinas? We don't want them deported. What? We like big booty Latinas. Why? Because your boyfriend's gay? Is that why? Because your boyfriend's trans?
Oh my God. What? Maduro.
Venga por mí. Last
Come and
night,
get
on
me.
the order of the President of the United States. Aquí lo esperan, Miraflores.
Here, I'll wait for him. Here in Miraflores.
From the Department of Justice.
Don't be late, Trump. I'm waiting on you, mother effers. In arriving.
Military conducted an apprehension mission in Caracas, Venezuela, to bring to justice two indicted persons, Nicolás and Cilia Maduro.
Coward!
Nicolás Maduro had his chance until he didn't. He effed around and he found out.
This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history.
Like, I don't understand yet how they haven't figured this out. And now, if you don't know, now you know. Because this is the way it's going to play out. And I think people need to understand that this is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And, you know, if he says he's serious about something.
Let me see, anything else? Oh, this one. We haven't even done this.
Stole Maduro. They stole him out of his bed, in his pajamas, trying to run one of the few socialist nations on earth, and they stole him like a hawk stealing a rabbit. It's not okay to break international law. It's not okay to enact war without congressional approval. You will be impeached for this, Orange Man. Do you understand? This is not okay. This is not allowed. We will not allow this as the American people. It's not okay. You can't just steal presidents out of thin air. Democratically elected presidents, you can't just take them. They're not yours to take. He was trying to lead a nation. He was trying to deliver the promises of a better world. But no, we can't have that now. Give him back. Just give him back. Give him back tomorrow. Give him back, or we will impeach you. And your party, your neocons, will never, ever be in power, ever again. I guarantee it. This is not what anybody finds acceptable. This is the last straw. Give him back.
I only watched like 10 seconds of this last night, but I feel like I've seen this guy before. I feel like he's a troll, like one of those comedic trolls. I don't know if this is the same guy. Yeah, it might be him. He posted parody and satire. This could be the same guy. Hilarious. I don't know if you guys remember the Brown University. This guy's funny, man. For real. Daycares defunded.
I own 65 daycare centers in Minnesota, and we are now having all of our funding taken away because of some misinformation posted on X by a random guy calling himself a journalist saying that this is fraud, that $19 billion is too much to run thousands of daycare centers for people in Minnesota. And yes, the Somali community has a lot.
He has the stereotypical like nose ring and stuff.
Of kids, so they need a lot of daycare centers. Do you know how much crayons cost, Elon? Do you know how much tables, chairs, security, heating, food, educational books and documents cost? They cost a lot of money. I'm spending $50 million a month on my daycare centers. And yes, they are empty because we are waiting for the children to come. And yes, some of them are in sheds and shacks because we don't have enough money to fund all of the daycare centers. We need more cash, not less. And Tim Walz has done everything he can to make sure we get that cash. And now you want to take it away because of some misinformation you made up? Because you don't like the fact that those of us in Minnesota and the Somali community need more daycare centers because the kids need somewhere to learn, somewhere to grow, somewhere to be while the parents are at work? It's not okay. You can't just shut us down. I take a salary because I need to get to work. I need 2 cars, one for work and one to get things to work.
Range Rover
because I'm the
and the Benz and
one
whatever
running
else.
65 daycare centers on my own. What am I supposed to do? I need clothes. I need a roof over my head. I need a spare apartment near the daycare center so I can go home and, brush up on what I need to teach. These are necessities, expensive necessities so people can have daycare. And now it's gone. I hope you're happy.
Wow. Okay. Maduro. Okay, here.
All right, so here we are 3 damn days into the new year. And y'all are already bitching like it's a full-time job. I thought half of y'all said y'all was moving to Canada or Russia or wherever.
Asking the
pack fast.
This was the other clip that was really funny with the Brown University shooting. A lot of people thought this was real. This clip right here.
We were asking the public to please stop referring to him as the brown shooter, as this has an inherently Islamophobic connotation.
No, it's actually
And
it's because of the university. It's not because of the
Brown because of the Brown University, not because of the color of skin. Right. We are also asking the public to please stop posting photos of Mufasa Carmax. We would, for the sake of diversity, really like to pin this
Well, he wasn't the guy.
on a different ethnicity, because it is unfair to keep blaming Islam for every violent act they commit.
So many people thought this shit was real. It was hilarious.
We're asking the public to please stop referring to him as the brown shooter, as this has an inherently Islamophobic connotation.
That was funny. Okay.
Funny thing though, the actual Venezuelan people, the ones who lived under Maduro's boot, a whole lot of them are celebrating. But you, sitting on your couch eating your DoorDash, are pissed off. Of course you are. Last week, y'all was mad at Nick Shirley for helping expose corruption that you should have been screaming about for years. This week, you're mad about an administration that doesn't even govern you and was just uprooted. You just rotate outrage like it's a subscription service. Let's get something straight before the misinformation crowd starts foaming. Maduro has been formally indicted by the United States for narcoterrorism and drug trafficking.
A long time.
That's public record. Senior Venezuelan officials tied directly to cocaine trafficking. Also public record. This is not conspiracy. It's court filings. And this fake-ass constitutional outrage, Barack Obama authorized a drone strike that killed a fucking U.S. citizen. Without a trial, without charges, without Congress voting on it. That's documented fact. So if Obama can vaporize a U.S. citizen, Trump can capture a foreign national already under indictment.
Okay. All right. Sure. Oh, this was the clip I wanted to show you guys at the beginning of the stream. I was trying to find it. This dude snapped in Doral. Check this out.
Why are you not willing to support Maria Corina and El Mundo to be...
Whoa, hold on.
hold on a second.
Yeah.
First, you're talking to us?
Yes.
When have we ever not supported it? No, wait. But let's look. These are serious issues. Do not put words in my mouth. And do not. No, wait. But you said us. You said us. You said us. Okay. But it's very. I will not tolerate putting words in my mouth or my colleague's mouth.
Yeah.
We have been consistent from day one, and I am convinced there's going to be a transition. We already talked about that. And I'm convinced that when there are elections, whether there are new elections or there's a decision to take the old elections, the last elections, that the next democratically elected president of Venezuela is going to be Maria Corina Machado.
Maria, I think she'd be a good fit. Unless they try to kill her. I think she would be a good fit. Crazy. Happy New Year!
Good night. Good night. Happy New Year.
Good night. Happy New Year. Those are the helicopters that we missed. Helicopters flew in. Okay. Let's see. What do we need to do? Anything else? Helicopters. I got a new type of oil for you, big boy. P. Diddy. Not organic. Oh, this was a
What you do. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you. Hey, Manolo, how you doing? My name is Nate. Nice to meet you. I'm good. How are you? Would you mind doing an interview right now? Can I ask why?
Paid protester. Multi-millionaire Singham and his wife Evans donated over $20.4 million to the People's Forum.
You're the leader of the People's Forum. You got $20 million from Roy Neville Singham to protest. Can I ask why you don't want to speak with me right now? Do you deny that you got $20 million to protest? You don't deny that? How are you spending that $20 million to protest? I know you're paying David Chung $75K a year. Anyone else on the payroll? Oh, David, what's up, man? I didn't recognize you. Hey, you're back, buddy. How you doing? $20 million to paid protest. Won't deny it. Won't deny it. Because it's...
Damn. Oh, this lady too.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? 26 años.
26 years.
26 años.
26 years.
Estábamos esperando ese momento.
And we've been waiting for this moment.
Ustedes vieron los que dicen llamar la paz.
You guys see what they say?
No, asesinos ustedes.
Asesino ustedes. She's saying you're the assassins because they're saying this Venezuelan mom crashed out on pro-Maduro protests. I've waited 26 years to see this murderer arrested. Things got heated in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's crazy.
Te nombro 4.
Papi, quiero dejar algo claro. Aquí no
Papi, let me talk to you, papi.
hay ni un venezolano.
There's no Venezuelans here.
Aquí ni un venezolano.
Not one Venezuelan here.
Ni un venezolano, porque realmente yo no sé si a alguien aquí le falta un plato de comida.
I don't know if anybody here has missed a plate of food.
Si alguien aquí ha tenido que ir a un hospital
Oh, if you've had to go to a
y
hospital.
que le falta insumo. Pero esos venezolanos de mentira porque ni son venezolanos. El venezolano
They're not even
de
Venezuelan.
verdad. Venezuela ya expresó su voluntad. Venezuela, 70% de Venezuela quiere que Venezuela sea libre.
70%, I think you said, of Venezuela wants to be liberated.
Venezuela tiene que ser libre de Maduro.
Liberated of Maduro.
No hace sentido defender un criminal de guerra.
There's no reason to defend a criminal. That was it. Oh, man.
Too much for me. I swear to God, Democrats have been so hypocritical today, and I'm finna point it out. And I'm gonna break this down for you guys so that you can understand what's really going on with Trump invading Venezuela and capturing. He's not even the president. He actually lost the election, but he said he's still gonna be the president, and he was
the very same thing these people have been complaining about for years.
He became the dictator after he lost the election.
Not for a moment
Let your hatred and disdain for Donald Trump, an unsavory character, have you defending the...
Now, y'all, is like $3 a month.
Riddle me this, Batman. Explain to me how, after Trump goes into Venezuela in the middle of the night, a couple of hours later, in New York, you have an organized march with thousands of people with banners.
They organize quick. All together, all at the same time, with the signs.
Signs, flags, and the signs.
Yeah, motherfuckers quick. You don't have those Saturday plans with your family or whatever? I don't know.
Are all matching. They've all been printed. They were at the same print press. Who's working overtime? Who's setting this up? Are these guys paid? Like, there is no way that you can get all these people and have all these signs overnight. I'm sorry, and not even a couple of hours. These people were out in the morning. Trump was going to Venezuela at 2 or 3 in the morning. And these people were out about, what, 7, 8, 9? Organized?
This is quick. You motherfuckers organized quick. Let's see here.
Trump went to Venezuela, boots on the ground, and he fucking went in there and he fucking kidnapped the president, and his wife, and his...
She has tears coming out of her eyes.
Wife. The guy... He said he was going to help with maybe drug trafficking. You're so racist. God. Trump, you're so racist. And you just want to involve yourself in everybody else's fucking business. What? Guys, I don't understand how you guys can just be okay with this man. DTLM, drug trafficker lives matter.
No, this is trolling.
It's the same damn thing. When he starts blowing up shit about ISIS, ILM, ISIS lives matter.
How did she get these tears rolling down her eyes? Is that AI? Or
come on, y'all.
Must be AI. That's crazy.
This was not an action that required congressional approval. In fact, it couldn't require congressional approval because this was not an invasion. This is not an extended military operation. This is a very precise operation that involved a couple of hours of action. It was a very delicate operation, too. It was one that required all these conditions to be in place at the right time in the right place. You couldn't afford leaks. We couldn't afford anything out there that would have endangered the mission and gotten people killed or killed off the mission and the optionality. We didn't even know if the mission was going to happen. How can you notify something you're not even sure if it can happen? Because in order for it to happen, you needed to have weather conditions in place. He needed to be at the right place at the right time. We needed to have forces prepared to go. There were a lot of factors in place. It was a trigger-based operation. But you can't notify that, number one, because you don't even know if it's going to happen, if those conditions will ever align. And number two, you can't risk it being disclosed. But this was not an attack on Venezuela. This was a law enforcement function to capture an indicted drug trafficker. And of course, we needed the Department of War to support it because they do have anti-aircraft missiles that could shoot down those helicopters.
But will you?
We had to take down radars. We had to take down those anti-air elements on the way in and on the way out, and that's what this was limited to.
But will you seek congressional approval for any further action in Venezuela or the region?
Hell no.
Well, we will seek congressional approval for actions that require congressional approval, but otherwise they will get congressional notification. And this is not an operation that required congressional approval. In fact, this is an operation akin to what virtually every single president for the last 40 years has conducted. The difference is that when it's Donald Trump, all these Democrats go bonkers.
This Rubio, the next president of Venezuela. All right, the last thing, I want to play some of this audio. Malcolm X. I've never heard of this audio before. I'm going to play it and step away for a second, but I'm going to listen.
In this crooked game of power politics here in America, the Negro, namely the race problem, integration, civil rights issue, are all nothing but tools used by the whites who call themselves liberals against another group of whites who call themselves conservatives, either to get into power or to retain power. Among whites here in America, the political teams are no longer divided into Democrats and Republicans. The whites who are now struggling for control of the American political throne are divided into liberal and conservative camps. The white liberals from both parties cross party lines to work together toward the same goal, and white conservatives from both parties do likewise. The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way. The liberal is more deceitful, more hypocritical than the conservative. Both want power, but the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor. And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game that is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives. The American Negro is nothing but a political football, and the white liberals control this ball through tricks or tokenism, false promises of integration and civil rights. In this game of deceiving and using the American Negro, the white liberals have complete cooperation of the Negro civil rights leader, who sell our people out for a few crumbs of token recognition, token gains, token progress. In the New York Tribune, in an editorial dated February the 5th, 1960, they pointed out that out of 11 million qualified Negro voters, only 2,700,000 actually take time to vote. This means that, roughly speaking, only 3 million out of the 11 million Negroes who are qualified to vote take an active part, and the remaining 8 million remain voluntarily inactive. And yet it is this small minority, the 3 million Negro voters, who help determine who will be the next president. If who will be the next president can be influenced by 3 million Negro voters, it is easy to see why the presidential candidates of both political parties put on such a false show with the Civil Rights Bill and promises of integration. They must impress the 3 million voting Negroes who are the actual integration seekers. And if so much fuss is made over these 3 million integration seekers, what would the presidential candidates have to do to appease the 8 million non-voting Negroes if they ever decided to become politically active? They hold the balance of power. Who are the 8 million non-voting Negroes? What do they want? And why don't they vote? The 3 million Negro voters are the so-called middle-class Negroes, or high-class Negroes, or uppity Negroes, who are referred to by the late Howard University sociology professor E. Franklin Frazier as the black bourgeoisie, who have been educated to think as patriotic individualists with no racial pride whatsoever, who believe in and look forward to the future integrated, intermarried society that is constantly being promised to them by the Negro politician. And therefore, this integration-minded 3 million minority remain an active part of the white-controlled political parties.
I don't know if that's too much. Is that too much? I don't know. The liberals! Well, they just remind me of Mama. They want to tell you what to think and how to feel. And they're guilty. They feel like some type of innate guilt. Get away from me. I don't want to hear your shit. Mama's love. A massive Nigerian Christian were spotted celebrating the praise of God just 6 days after Trump bombed ISIS terrorists. Asmon Gold says liberal women are the existential threat. Oh shit! Okay, let's play it. Fuck it. We're here. If we're here, we're queer. What? I don't know. Okay.
White liberal women are one of the most dangerous, if not the most. I think actually, let me just take a step back. Liberal women and these liberal people in general, I think it's primarily women, but it's people in general. There are men that do it also, probably to get the women.
I believe that too. Like men simping to these women. I've honestly always felt that for the last couple of years, like white liberals, like I don't know, it's just something about them, like trying to tell you how to think and feel, and like they're like controlling and stuff. I don't know what's up with them.
They will import over into the country every obnoxious terrorist, parasite, criminal, third world piece of trash into our country so they can feel good about themselves.
I can forgive the roach. I'll forgive the roach on your commentary. Okay.
So yeah, they are an existential threat. They absolutely are. It's definitive.
Damn, even Asmon Gold is saying that shit. Wow.
White liberal women are one of the most dangerous, if not the most. I think actually, let me just take a step back. Liberal women and these liberal people.
It's definitely a white liberal, but of course, liberal women too. It's like the worst. Why would you want to date a liberal? Like, it's just a fucking, especially for a guy, like who wants to deal with that shit?
People in general. I think it's primarily women, but it's people in general. There are men that do it also, probably to get the women. They will import over into the country every obnoxious terrorist, parasite, criminal, third world piece of trash into our country so they can feel good about themselves. So yeah, they are.
That's what it is. They're feeling good about the. Like sometimes, like I don't know if they just feel guilty. Like, are they guilty? Like, have some white guilt and stuff. I don't know what's going on with them.
Are an existential threat. They absolutely are. It's definitive.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. There was a clip. I mean, not a clip, a live that was sent to me. The border. Colombian border. Okay. I think we did good this morning. I think we probably have enough. I'll browse a little bit, but maybe that's it. Washington D.C. They're protesting. Oh, Jake Lang. Oh, this motherfucker's crazy. He's on D.C.
Of others, that's where people like you come out. And that's where you're going to see more and more people when we're told by the big pharma shills, Ben Shapiro, by the big pharma shill, Mark Levin, and other big pharma shills that we can't talk about a certain country. Well, that becomes problematic with our First Amendment. And I'm just out here to say, well, you tell us. You know the reason.
They're the ones paying off our politicians to give us the smoke and mirrors that we're currently being served every single day. It is Qatar, CCP China, Israel, all the foreign influence that is buying out our politicians. I'm going upstream from you, Ivan. I'm swimming upstream, Ivan. You're going to the little puppy dogs. Yeah, I'm going to the mother litter.
Are we going to go in front of Al Jazeera next?
Oh yeah.
Are we going to go to the Qatari embassy next?
I'll bring a pig head and a Quran. I'll bring the pig head and Quran. Listen, as Americans and as white men, we stand here only being able to do certain things. We can't change the government overnight, but what we can do is drive out the brownification of our country. We can unite as a community of white Christian Americans and say, we are tired of having our country be stolen from us. We're tired of having our politicians be bought out so that they can bring in H-1B chain migrants like this guy over here. You got H-1B chain migrants replacing our white workers all across the country. And who's passing those laws?
Let me end with this. I don't want you to continue to be a beta cuck, okay?
Yeah. Says the guy getting hyped.
So here's what I'm going to say. I I focus based on action. You focus based on some other category, okay? That's where we differ. But the beauty of it, are we fighting each other?
You're my brother.
Fuck no. We're fighting those that are trying to censor us. You can't talk about big pharma products. Fuck you. We can't talk about what? Can't talk about all these things. Well, guess what? You weaponize me against you when you try to silence American citizens.
Yeah.
Now, I disagree with a lot of what you say. But some of it,
I'm a proud white man.
because I focus on actions, okay? I focus on actions. Just like on January 6th.
What is going on?
Politically correct. You're politically correct.
No, you're weak.
Say you're proud.
Let's go. Let's go.
You're proud of being white.
That was
Federales, thank you for the 5. Yo, I saw that last night. He said in the helicopter picking Maduro, he's cosplaying as Dr. Disrespect. Look at the picture. By the way, Mel, I'm going to tell you, my daughter, that you're Luis Guzman. I've had a lot over the years. A lot of people tell me I look like Luis Guzman. But the Dr. Disrespecting, I did see that too yesterday.
that good. I run feds.
I run feds. I think that's what the CIA does. Anyway, God bless Ivan. He's a bulldog and freedom fighter. But he's one of those guys that's been deballed by the mainstream media. He can only talk about certain topics. He can't bring up Israel. He can't bring up the white race. He can't bring up being a strong American man. He's got to chase around Pam Bondi.
No. I don't chase anyone around, buddy.
Listen,
Okay.
say you're proud of being white. Are you proud of being white American?
I'm proud of being American. Okay?
Say it. Say it. Say it.
Hey, who's proud of being American? There you go. I just took over your thing, okay?
What is an American?
Just like you try to take over
What is an
everybody else's
American?
stuff,
Let's ask
I'm
you a
taking
question.
over
If
yours.
a Somali arrives here and starts waving around an American passport with their 4 teeth and their little light bulb head, are they an American because they have an American passport? Or is it
That's
something
not sufficient.
in the
Hey, listen.
heritage, the bloodline,
Okay.
the people who
How many
fought
years
Dark
did you
West
serve in our United States Armed Forces, young
I
man?
spent 900 days solitary confinement.
I spent 25 years in our military, okay?
Okay.
And then while I was
Running
in the
feds? I think you said
military,
running feds.
still, I still rejected the tyranny of the Biden criminal syndicate.
God bless you.
Okay?
Okay,
While you
okay.
were dumb
But
enough
this
to
is
go
about
into
the
the
white
Capitol,
race having a future in our country. This isn't about Pam Bondi.
this is
isn't
about our
money.
justice system
This isn't
needs to
about
go
the
back to a
people
single-tier justice system.
Listen.
You want to give this scum over here that's yelling over here an opportunity to speak or what?
No, Patricia, she's an elected official. She's an elected Democrat here in the
Here's the
city.
thing. You're going to continue to talk shit about me? I'll continue to shit back, okay?
Because you can't say I'm proud of being white. How many? Wait, hey, come on. Listen to this.
This is
Ivan,
crazy.
Get out of here. How many of the guys that just killed or took Maduro were white? All of them. All the men were white.
Why
All
can't you
the
talk
white
about
men.
the traitors, dude?
I took the traitors all the time. I took a baseball bat to the head of the traitors and spent 4 years in prison. Why are you out here fucking podcasting? Okay? Do something.
I
Do
am.
something.
I'm an ice pick and I'm a pressure
over here,
point
you're over
on the
here chasing
specific
the heels.
individuals. You're
I'm
just
over here on the
you're just
brownification.
spewing noise into the wind.
No, we're fighting against the brownification of our country, Ivan Raiklin.
All right.
Something you're too afraid to say.
So I'm going after
If
in
your-
Ohio.
if-
No,
if your
I'm going after
grandchildren grow
the
up
Somalis.
and they're the only
The
white
Somalis
person
in
on the
Ohio
street,
that are
are you
conducting
gonna be
fraud.
happy with their good
Listen to
justice
this.
system?
No, it's the number 2. The thing is, in Minnesota, it's the number 1 Somali population that is
Ivan,
conducting fraud in America.
I have a question
Number
for you.
2 is in Ohio. The beauty
They're
of
all
Ohio
blacks.
is
They're
that we
all
technically have a
Somalis. It's the
Republican
same
governor, a Republican House and Senate, a supermajority where we can actually look into the fraud and then go after the
I have a
current president
question.
of the
Question for
United
you.
Nations Security Council.
Give me my mic.
Barker. Yeah. The UN. This is
If
for
we had,
war
Ivan,
at the
listen to this.
international level.
If we had a correct justice system, right? Everybody was being just. But your grandchildren are the only white person in their preschool. Would you be happy with a perfect justice system and a complete takeover of your country? Listen, imagine the government wasn't corrupt.
You're not listening to
Imagine,
me.
but your grandchildren are the only white person in their preschool. Are you happy with that? And you have all perfect justice.
Downstream from action.
That's not.
I'm
That is
judging people
upstream.
based on action,
Listen,
okay?
Ivan, we're talking about the
Based on
replacement of our
action.
people and our race, okay? We're talking about the fact that these false Jewish overlords are pumping in Muslims and brown people into our countries.
I will defend myself because I'm a big boy. I
Good.
can fight the.
Go fight the DOJ. Yes, thank you for fighting.
Oh my God.
Let's get some drinks when the cameras are on. Let's talk like men. When the cameras are talking like.
I don't know. I'm gonna get off though. I appreciate you guys. I'll be around today. I'm gonna try to take a little break and eat and hang out and whatever. Tomorrow's back to school, and I'm mostly ready. Tomorrow's back to school.
What? How many signers of the Constitution are Muslim? This is a white Christian country. We have brought you into our country to live.
They conquered the country. They conquered. What are you talking about? Mexico. Talk to this man. What are you talking about? It's called Northwest of Mexico. That's what it's called.
What the fuck Negro school did you come from?
What the fuck Negro school did you get your education from?
Clearly, low IQ is showing right here.
No, your low IQ is showing.
Listen, America's conquered. Guess what?
This is a brown country.
You benefit from being here.
You got no education.
Guess what? You benefit from being here. Go back to Africa if you don't like it. All right? How about that?
Oh!
This isn't Africa.
This is
Africa?
Yes.
How is this Africa? Okay, this is Africa. So where's the Euphrates?
Your history.
Where's the
and
Euphrates?
learn about where you're from.
This is Africa. Did you hear this? This is Africa. How is it Africa?
Just like you do for being in a white area.
Hold on. Name a country in Africa.
This is called Northwest America.
Zimbabwe.
What the fuck are we talking about? This is the black community.
I'm gonna leave you
This
with
is
that.
where we
Y'all
are
learn
in the
about
black
that.
community.
You got an ignorant
This is
individual
where we are
like
in the
this
black
that
community.
don't know what the fuck
We
you
have
talking
an
about.
extremely uneducated class of black people.
I'm gonna leave
They
you with
think
that.
this is Africa.
You don't know what the fuck you talking
Okay, yeah. And he's gonna go chip out in the corner. DC. This is DC. You let black people like this.
I'm from Ohio.
I'm from
I ain't
Detroit.
tripping out
Oh,
nowhere.
so you got the
Somali fraud Ohio
daycare, huh? This is Africa, y'all. Shit, dog.
We was kings, dog.
We was kings. I'm tired of this behavior. No, we weren't kings. Guess what? We were slaves, and guess what?
This
We're
guy's
back.
getting
No,
paid
we're free.
by AIPAC?
But these Negroes like this aren't fucking free. They're still living on the plantation. They're still living in the past.
This guy's the future of black America.
Sending the shills over here.
There we go.
AIPAC, take your money back.
Get that right.
What?
Get that right. I'm not
Well, you're
Negro.
black, right?
I am indigenous.
You're not indigenous. Guess what? You're not indigenous. Guess what? Guess what?
Continent.
You're not conquerors. You're still living in huts where you're from. This fucking dude's not stupid. This is the delusional part of black people that we think we were kings and shit. Just accept that we're slaves, and guess what? We live in America now. In America, we benefit from it. Establish this goofy shit about we was kings and this is Africa. This is the problem with black people.
And guess
We don't
who's
know how to think for
and
ourselves.
Andre? Why do black people have those ignorant ideas? Is it because there are foreign lobbyists trying to dumb down that race of people to create social inadequacies and fabric pushings here? They're trying to tear apart the fabric of America.
And it all goes back to the civil rights
is
movement.
paying for that retard.
Yep. sit
They
back and
made
pay
him
for these people.
retarded.
Yep. They sit back and they've been paying for this for years, for decades now. It's destroyed the black community. So yeah, clear example of low IQ blacks. I don't know where he's going. He said he's from Ohio. I don't know too many Negroes from Ohio, but you know, probably Cleveland. I don't know. Name a predominantly black city.
We have a problem with the propaganda that is being spread through Hollywood. The Jewish, false Jewish, Talmudic, Satanistic, New World Order propaganda is the reason why you have an entire population of black people who can barely spell. They can't think for themselves. It is not their fault. It is not their fault. They have been put in a CIA stranglehold, working the deep state, working with people like AIPAC and these huge multinational conglomerates to keep our population dumbed down. They are spreading all kinds of propaganda. Every single commercial is a mixed race. All of a sudden, every single white girl and every single Netflix show ends up with a black guy. Who do you think is funding and pushing that propaganda?
I mean, the Netflix thing, listen, I've noticed as a casual viewer of Netflix, it's always like a gay scene. Like, I don't understand. And okay, if it's in passing, oh, two dads, I guess, or like, oh, I like this girl. But like, it comes out of nowhere and it's like this whole sexual scene. You're making out and all this shit. And it's like completely out of the show's context. Like they go out of their way. And I'm like, why are they doing this? I don't need to see the sex. I don't need to see like all this like intimacy. Why is Netflix doing this? It's so weird. It's bizarre to me. You can't like back in the day, you could watch Netflix around your kids. You can't do that anymore now. They have all this like weird shit going on. You know, I don't know. Anyway, but I'm gonna get off for now. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day. Catch you later. Bye. Bloop, bloop, bloop.